I'm Shane.
I'm Bo.
We are your Kentucky Fried Critics.
Welcome back. You know you missed us.
On an even number again.
I know.
34.
My easy math.
There we go.
I'm getting better. I'm trying to learn.
Maybe I should just start giving you some long division practice.
Just let me borrow Jack's math books. I'll just start from the very freaking beginning.
To go all the way.
Just go all the way back to first grade.
There we go. Before we get into everything, you know how it is. We're going to do a little bit of a roundup and then do the socials. I don't really got a whole lot to check in on any kind of roundup other than how excited are we that we got the Riddick out there.
Right. What'd you guys think? Come on, you got to let us know. You love him, right? Just like me, deep in your heart.
He's an awesome little dude.
Yeah.
Well, maybe big dude. Again, I'm not trying to...
I like to think he can change his shape.
I'm not trying to
he can grow.
Not trying to stifle people's thoughts and creativity here.
If he needs to be giant rat king, he can be, right?
Yeah, I agree. I think so.
He even grows a crown. Just appears out of nowhere when he gets giant.
That's really it on any kind of real roundup. I don't got any. Numbers are going up, but not again, we've not had any kind of milestones since last week. Yeah, nothing crazy. Hopefully
soon.
That's the idea.
It'll happen soon.
But so we'll just go ahead and knock these socials out.
Yep. So everybody knows where we're at and how to find us.
That's right. And so again, the big three meta ones. That's gonna be Instagram, Facebook, Threads.
Is it thread or threads?
With a z.
It's got a z at the end. Yeah. Don't forget the z.
Threads. Those are all going to just be Kentucky Fried Critics. No spacing, no hyphens, no anything. Just Kentucky Fried Critics. All lowercase.
So boring.
It is. Again, like I tell you every time, / or at wherever it is.
That's it. That's all you get to choose from.
Yeah.
No creativity.
With those, again, yeah. I tell you, that's just what they like at Meta.
They need to step their shit up.
Meta really likes the at. It's weird that Facebook doesn't use the at, actually.
Yeah, I thought everybody did, really.
Meta uses it for two. So Instagram and Threads use the at. YouTube started it, but again, it's part of their URL.
Stuff.
It's a shortcut URL for your, instead of having to know what all the weird hyperlink information is.
You can just at whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Which I guess is a good segue on into our YouTube.
The YouTube.
Which is going to be, like we already said, / at KFC Riddicks. That's right.
This is where it came from.
This is where our rat.
This is my new favorite.
This is where our rat lives.
This is where the rat lives. The Riddick rat lives on YouTube. It's his home.
Started off as something that was a little bit spiteful.
Yeah, we were like, man, fuck this. And now we're like, nope, it's ours.
Now we've embraced it.
Sometimes you just got to lean into it, man.
Well, once the fan art comes, you definitely can't back out.
Yeah, then you're like,
now.
no, it's like, no, it's what
you're
it
locked
is.
in.
We're locked.
So I guess those people that had it for the last decade are lucky they can keep it. And
we're
not going to
enjoy.
We're
not going to fight them for it,
even though they don't do anything with it. And I still stand by it. Should have been ours at this point. At this point, it's okay. It's okay.
It's fine.
I'll back away.
We won in the end. We've got the Riddick.
Yeah. We won in our hearts.
Exactly. Happy hearts, happy minds, man.
After that, we'll go onto the website. The website again. That's going to be the hub. That's where you find everything else. And so that's going to be at shows.acast.com/Kentucky-fried-critics. He's doing his dance, guys. I don't know what to tell you. We're going to take a moment here.
I'm almost done. You got to wait until I feel it. Okay, now we're done.
There we go. It was nice this time. What kind of beat were you going with today?
I was Jamaican, dude. I was all over here. I'm on the beach. I got the steel drums going and shit. It's awesome. It changes week to week what the music
what the vibe is.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you guys it has nothing to do with the movie. I mean, this is just his vibe for the song.
It's just whatever happened to be feeling that day.
Whatever the hyphens happen to bring him.
Right. They tell me in my dreams. They come and they're like, Jamaican reggae, baby.
And like I was saying again, that the website is our hub. It's where you can find everything else. It's where you can find the episodes to download if that's what you're doing because you're not using a podcast player.
They want to keep them forever. They put them on a little floppy.
Well, I just mean they're not using it. They're not doing it from their podcast player because you could still just do that from.
I mean,
Spotify.
You could just kind of take your phone with you and have us with you everywhere, couldn't you?
Yeah. So again, I don't exactly know why you can do that
it's
from
for
the
people
website.
who, like me, didn't think of that. All right, we're still thinking 1999. I'm gonna put it on a floppy disk and carry it.
Maybe they were just at the website for other reasons, and they're like, well, I guess I'll listen to it in the background while I'm looking at everything.
Yeah, that works.
Maybe.
Whatever you do, we appreciate and keep doing.
I'm not telling you not to go there. I'm just saying if you are.
It's the hardest option, and we don't understand why you would do it that way, but good for you.
Yeah, again, because if you're listening to us, we're not going to get into this. Listen to some old ones. You'll hear this. We've had this discussion. Right. We're not going back to it.
YouTube and Spotify are probably the easiest ones.
Yeah. The last social that we've got, every time you know us, that's just going to be the email, the OG, the original KentuckyFriedCritics@gmail.com.
The suggestion box, Sudge box.
Yep. It's a place where you should just...
Somebody come up with a cool way to say suggestion box.
No, sometimes we just don't need to do that.
Everything else gets a cool
way. I know.
Way.
We don't have to.
I want to start something.
Okay. You start it.
Sug box. No, that's terrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everything doesn't have to have one. Yeah, so if you've got ideas for us, send them there. If you want to send us the pictures, if everybody wants to send us more art, yeah,
I love art now. Give it to me.
All right, man. Socials are done. That means we can go ahead and roll into our beer, dude. What are we drinking this week?
Oh man, this week we're doing DSSOLVR in collaboration with Widowmaker Brewing. The Hustle is Dead, a West Coast-style IPA. You went and looked this up. The West Coast American IPA thing.
Yeah, so West Coast and American as opposed to the others. Again, so I don't know
the
New
England
is its own. Yeah, I don't know it or any of the other ones. I don't know.
But these two.
But the West Coast and American are the hoppiest.
So those are the hoppy IPAs.
The hoppiest.
The hoppiest of hoppy.
IPAs have their hoppy, but again, like me and you both were just last time we were just like, this is extra hoppy. That's what we
yeah.
That is just apparently a thing.
All right. Well, hey,
if we would have known, we would have walked in
knowing the first.
And now, from now on,
yeah, we know now. Be ready for that bitter bite in the very first drink.
Once you get accustomed to it, it's not as bad. The first one hits you. You got to be ready for it.
Yeah,
it wakes you up.
And then it's like coffee, like black coffee. It's real bitter, but once you just start drinking it, you're like, it's good.
Okay.
I like it.
I like it.
I can appreciate the flavors.
You guys know us. That's just we have learned this. We know this now. This definitely hits that. It's hoppy. Not the hoppiest beer we've had.
No, not yet.
Didn't explode out of the can on us. No. We've had this happen.
Mine kind of mushroomed. I caught it.
But it wasn't as bad. This is good. Flavors so far starting out, it's all right. Definitely a little bitter. It's already growing on me, so I'd imagine I'm going to have great things to say by the time we're finished.
By the time we're done with it. I like the color. Very golden.
Yeah. And it's not super see-through. You know what I mean?
Like, it's got a little murky to it.
This isn't your Pilsner.
Yeah, it's not water.
Yeah. This is definitely, it's got some viscosity.
There we go. It's a good word.
Using some
big fancy $2
ACT,
college word.
SAT word. Yeah. I like this so far.
Yep.
Already. I guess. Again, we're like 3 sips in.
3 drinks in.
I guess that's already a good sign, though, right?
Yeah, if you haven't spit it out after the 3rd drink, you're good to continue.
But so, what movie? Because this is definitely, this was one of your picks. Again, I guess I'll let you make the announcement, then I'll go on. Right. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, well, the clue was the hustle.
Yeah.
Part. Kung Fu Hustle. Because there's a hustler. That's how I got to it. I don't know if anybody else used that train of logic, but
we definitely, it was really just the hustle. It's Kung Fu Hustle. And like I was about to say, because I was getting ahead of myself, this was a Bo pick, but I love martial arts movies.
Me too.
We both love martial arts movies. And so when he saw this and he looked at me and he goes, Kung Fu Hustle, I was just like, I don't care how we get there, dude.
Yeah,
I'm glad that we're there.
It works. We're doing it.
You know, you give me any good martial arts movie, you give me The Drunken Master, but I'm talking like the old one.
Oh, dude.
The original one, not the remake.
When we'd go and we'd spend a night over at Grandma's and we'd go and we'd just rent a bunch of like Bruce Lee movies
Crazy
and
movies.
Stuff.
Yeah, dude. Again, I love a good martial arts
36th Chamber and shit like that.
It's so good. There's nothing better. You know what I mean? Like, it's light on plot, heavy on action, cool shit's going on.
Crazy special effects and weird things that defy physics and reality, but you're just like, I don't care.
And Kung Fu Hustle is a great one because it's
all that stuff
rolled
all
into
of that.
One. It's all of the best parts. So this is, again, you guys know me. I usually give you a big roll of the people in the movie. All of these people are, I'm sure, very big. I'm sure I've seen them in other things, because I do watch a lot. I'm not going to be the person to try to butcher names. You guys know me. Normally, I might suffer through when it's one. When it's one amongst a sea of names I can pronounce.
Yeah,
I'll
but when it's all of them.
I don't want to be the guy who butchers everything. I don't want to be the guy who looks that bad.
Literally every name that comes out.
So the only person that I'm going to mention, and this is not to be offensive to everybody else, they are a great cast. They
I
all
loved
did amazing
everybody.
things.
The
They
entire
all
cast was great.
They are far better at anything they were doing than I am, at anything that I do.
Yeah, I agree.
So-
Even Ass Crack.
Served his purpose.
He did. He's my favorite character.
But so the only person that I'm going to mention, though, is Stephen Chow. And he is the writer. He's the director. He is also our main character, Sing. He is everybody.
He did it all. He even popped the popcorn at the open.
Well, and the reason that I mainly mention him is because if you have seen any of his movies, this has the feel for his movies. The big one that I would mention to people, because it's like the first one that I saw, is Shaolin Soccer.
I have not seen it yet.
We're definitely going to watch
We're
it.
gonna do
I
that
don't
one.
even, that's another one of those, I don't care if that's for an episode.
I'm watching it anyway,
Yeah,
whether I like it or
we're
not.
just gonna
All right,
watch
cool.
that because it's good. It's funny. It's way more lighthearted. You know, again, like I do love Kung Fu Hustle, but you gotta admit it's
gets
pretty
a
dark
little
in
dark.
tone. It's heavy.
A little dark.
It's not all sunshine and rainbows.
No, but it's that like classic hero's
Oh
journey
no,
thing.
it's
So
very
bad
good.
things
I'm not,
kinda have
and
to
there's
happen.
a lot of jokes in it. I'm not downplaying this. I love it. But again, if you like this one, you'll and again, like, and you love a good comedy too, you're gonna love Shaolin Soccer. Like, think Kung Fu Master meets Mighty Ducks or something. You know, but again, this is soccer. But you know what I mean,
Mighty
like,
Ducks.
or like the Bad News Bears. Like, just think like sports team,
Sports
meets
team,
Kung
but they're all
Fu.
Kung Fu
Yeah, yeah.
masters.
It is
That
so
sounds
great.
awesome.
It is fun.
But
It's-
now I want one with like hockey. They should do that. You do all kinds of cool shit with the hockey sticks.
You'd have to write a letter to Stephen Chow. Maybe he's down.
I'm sure he's on Instagram or something. I'll send him a DM. I'm sure he's a nice
When we
guy.
let the episode out,
Yeah, we'll shoot him a quick text like, "Hey, got an idea."
it's a fun movie. It's a great movie. Definitely see more stuff like this. Even if you're not a martial arts fan, you might be surprised at how much you might love certain martial arts movies. Maybe this one isn't the first one to start you in.
I don't know. I feel it's
good.
pretty
No, it's great.
accessible.
But what I'm gonna say is, have you ever seen any of the Ip Man movies?
Yes, I love those. I've seen up to 4, I think.
Those have stories.
Even I saw the offshoot one
Yeah, yeah.
about Master Z one,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
the other guy goes and
Yeah.
starts his own school. That one was good too.
There's a prequel one too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like before he was a master, when he was solid student.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to watch that one. They're all good.
Yeah, I
love all
no.
those movies.
Those are really good. Not just the martial arts. Those stories are super in depth, lots of stuff and interconnected.
Yeah.
They've got a story. This one is maybe light on the story.
This one's a little light on the story, yeah.
Don't think we need to waste any more time though.
No,
I
let's
think we
go.
can totally just get into the movie. Because again, like I said, since I'm not going over all the actors, there's
are
not a lot
great.
to say.
Right.
They are great. I love everybody.
I can't pronounce your names, and I'm sorry.
And I don't want to offend you.
You're just gonna get mad at me for trying with my hick accent.
If people want to reach out to me and tell me how first, then next time I'll know and
There we go.
I'll do it. But
Send it to us phonetically.
before we get started, I guess one last thing I do want to mention, the setting, because it's not modern day.
Oh yeah, no, it's like 1930s or
40s.
40s.
I think it's the 40s.
1940s China.
China. I'd talk to you about songs, but
There isn't one. It just
it
kind of.
it starts with something, but I don't even know if that's supposed to be part of the movie the production
Yeah, because
company
it has
song,
that logo that pops
or
up.
if it's supposed to be for the movie itself, right?
I don't either.
But it does have that. We'll talk about that for a split second, but that's all we can because it just goes straight into
the
the
little
movie.
butterfly
Well, it
floating
has-
around a cliff.
Yeah, well, and it has there's a sinister sound to it for a second, and then it goes into hero-y, would you say? But notice how that is also something that could be used as a logo song. You know what I
It
mean?
really could, because it immediately pans up and it shows the big Chinese symbol or whatever it is. So it's
being
don't know.
someone who doesn't know a lot of Chinese production companies, I don't know if that's the company's song or
Golden
not.
Gate. That's
right?
the only one
So,
I
so
know.
I'm not sure, but at least we talked about it because you guys, that's what I
Yeah,
do.
there's the
I
music.
am not going to skip past it if that was supposed to be our musical interlude. Because again,
It was music. It counts.
well, and it definitely would work for the movie.
Yeah, because
There are villains and there are heroes, and it does both. And a
does-
quick little jingle.
Yeah, there you go. That covers all of it. Evil, good jingle.
So I don't know, but we talked about it.
Due diligence.
I did my part.
Exactly.
I don't want to let anybody down who's waiting for me to talk about it. So I talked about it.
The one guy, he didn't talk about the music.
Shane forgot.
She forgot.
So I didn't. I did not forget. I talked about it.
We got you, dude.
Yeah.
Relax.
We'll go straight past that though, and we see a gang talking. The first second you see, it's just talking. They're just talking to the police.
I love this shot though. It's like everybody's looking up in the same direction. The camera just slowly like going around the entire office, up the stairs.
Well, and you can see the tension.
Yeah, they're all just like not moving because you hear people yelling in the office over there. And then suddenly just a dude goes flying out and into the wall, splat onto the fucking floor.
They're questioning these police, right? They're like,
Yeah, I mean, apparently
why you gotta mess with my lady?
They arrested her for spitting. This pretty young lady over here. You didn't know that was my girl? You stupid son of a bitch.
You're gonna let her go and we're gonna leave.
Because I'm the leader of the crocodile gang.
As he's walking out of the building, did you hear him? Never seen such a handsome young boss.
Right? You've never seen such a handsome crime boss before. He
seems,
does. He seems like I would have thought he was our bad guy for the whole fucking movie.
For a second.
Because
he hits the street and then you're like, holy shit, what is that?
Something bad's about to happen.
The storm rolling down the street, and then
street.
you look and you see the street. Again, the cinematography in this is great.
It is.
So you just see the storm first, and then you see underneath the storm this thousands
of dudes in really
suits.
nice suits and top hats,
ties,
got the little boutonnieres and shit.
You can't see
they're
it.
a dapper looking group.
You can't see it yet, but we know axes everywhere.
Yep, every single one of them's got an axe, and he's like, we need to go back inside, and they go to turn around. The cops shut the door on him, like, fuck you, man.
We hear them refer to themselves as the Axe Gang, and you're like, the Axe Gang.
It's kind of cool.
Again, if you've not seen this, it's a bit of a shocker when you find out that they all have them.
Every freaking one of them.
We see the crocodile gang member, and this is something that we'll see throughout this movie because I guess this is in the 40s and just how they did it back then. If you needed to call for some backup,
he says call for help, and they pull a firework flare, and
I love this.
It doesn't matter.
No, that's
it doesn't
exactly
matter at all.
Our greasy toothed,
he's got the most jacked teeth.
Brother Sum, the leader of the Axe Gang. He's like,
that's not gonna do you any good, man. Your boy's already signed up with me.
Half of these guys,
yours.
That's how bad of a leader you are.
Yep.
You didn't even know.
While you were in there,
you don't even recognize
you were in there
these guys.
yelling at cops about this hooker.
Yeah.
I took over your whole territory.
You didn't even recognize. That's Tony. That's your boy Tony.
That's your boy Tony right over there.
You didn't even notice him?
I got Marcus and Jebediah.
See, you don't even know their names. This is why they came to my side.
This is why they came over here. They're good people.
I don't think that's really it.
I don't know.
I think they're just scared.
I don't want to die.
But either way, he has no men. He has no backup men.
None. He's only got like the 5 that he's got with him.
As soon as he's like, it doesn't matter, your men are here, they quickly take out the 5, right?
Oh yeah, they Tommy guns.
Dude,
right?
I
love it.
And then we see
Crocodile dude is fast though.
He tries to run.
He dodges those bullets for a second, but one dude fucking.
Well, then we see the first guy
underhanded.
Well, he slides it down. It's so slick, right? Like
just
you see it slide from it like a belt loop almost,
right?
Or something, right?
And then just roll down on the ground all low.
Slice the tendon.
Cut it off. He cut it off.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
It goes flopping off over to the side.
That's even better.
Yeah, right? It just cuts it off, and he goes to step, and there's no leg, and he just boom, boom, boom.
Then in the moment, it's just like, well, what's he gonna do now? And we see this is what I like to say is where the hustle
part comes in.
It's all in Brother Sum because he likes to do these crazy dances, and so he does the dance from Reservoir Dogs. It looks like the torture dance. He looks like he's doing like just like that type of.
He's got the little two-step.
He's like popping up on his tiptoes. And he's dropping and he's just sliding closer and closer. Swear, and it's so funny.
The dude is like, wait, don't kill me. Remember when I bought you dinner that one time?
He has no care for former niceties, this guy, though.
None.
He was just like, he didn't even flinch. The facial expression didn't change.
He starts wailing on him with that axe. Hacks him up good.
Yep. And then we see the woman, the lady. She screams.
She's at this point. Scared. Well, she just watched a dude get hacked with an axe.
Well, her dude, too. Like,
yeah, that was her boyfriend.
Yeah, like, I mean, her dude.
That's upsetting.
But Brother Sum, he was like, look, she goes, please let me go. And he's like, of course. I would never.
I don't kill women and children.
I'm not
a monster.
You're good.
And she turns to walk away. And he reaches for the henchman's shotgun, just a big sawed off one, and just boom. blows her all the way across the street. Big splatter of blood flying.
This is one of the first times
it's like a live action cartoon.
Yeah.
This is where the physics start to like not make sense.
This is the first time you really see like a crazy, unreal looking.
Because nobody would
fly.
go flying
Not like
off
that.
screen like
it
that.
It was so intense. It's good.
It's good though. I love it. A lot of ragdoll.
Yes, lots
CGI.
of it. Lots
but
of
somehow
ragdoll.
it works because you're like, no, I'm watching a cartoon. It's how you feel when you watch this movie.
After he shoots her, he goes right back into his dance.
Right back to it. Just
He hands
the gun off with a little spin, goes into it and shit.
Crazy.
And then we get the montage of like crimes.
Well, it's literally, I think it's supposed to be showing us that they're wiping out every
other gang,
right?
yeah.
Like, so we're seeing like leaders of other gangs.
Yeah, they've all got axes dug in them and shit.
Hatchets.
Yeah,
This is the one
hatchets.
thing I have against this, right?
They're clearly hatchets.
Yeah, these are hatchets. We would never call.
Maybe they don't have hatchet in Chinese. Maybe it's only axe.
I understand like the term hand axe is technically separate from what a hatchet is. Maybe these are hand axes.
I don't know.
And I don't know better.
There's a difference.
But if you were to put one of these in front of me,
I'd call it a hatchet.
I would call it.
They're hatchet men. We got a bunch of juggalos running down the street here.
Tell me it doesn't look like that in some of the scenes when you see them, like
when they pull them out
in unison, and they're like,
right, they've all got them out, and it's just like, yo, it's the hatchet man.
I'm glad it wasn't just me.
I like some ICP. It's fine.
Yeah, the whole beginning is just to show us these, and again they do it black and white.
Yeah,
so it looks like newspaper or
newspaper
something.
prints and ching. Also, kind of like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You get the little sound every time it happens, and he's just dancing, and all his boys slowly like join in this big unison choreographed dance.
I really appreciate that it was the black and white picture looking thing instead of an actual newspaper too. Though.
Yeah,
like,
the spinning newspaper, like it
overdone,
like it would have been in the 40s when they.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like that's a little overdone.
Yeah, it would have been. I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, it's nice. It looks good.
I probably would have done it and then regretted it later. Because I would have had that thought. I was like, no, like in the serials back in the 40s, that's how they would have done it. This newspaper spins in.
Yeah, but sometimes you need to modernize it.
I need somebody
in a throwback look, right? Once we finally come out of that, we get a nice little blurb on the screen, right? Like, it lets us know that only the poorest places.
Yeah, they're the only safe place because the gangs don't give a shit. There's no money over there.
Well, and specifically this gang.
Yeah.
It's specifically the Axe gang.
Yeah. Axe gang don't care. There's no money.
If
we're going to leave them alone.
They're going to leave the poor towns alone. They don't go to poor towns.
And we get to see our little
Pigsty
village.
Alley.
Pigsty Alley. It's basically just a big building that everybody lives in.
I've got that it's a giant tenement building. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like a whole city block.
Shaped.
Yeah. It's got everything they need in it.
Yeah,
though.
everything.
I mean, there's a barber.
Tailor, noodle maker. Do they have a doctor?
I was going to say, we don't see a doctor. That basically is the beginning right there.
Right.
It's literally just walking around and you see the people that Bo just mentioned.
Yep, those guys.
So we see Cooley, though. He's our local strongman. That's the only one that you don't mention because he doesn't really have a job.
He just packs shit around. Your job is to carry stuff. Yeah. So I wrote him as porter.
But he does carry a lot.
The first time we see him, load him up with like 6 or 7 of these big giant bags.
Well, it had to have been like those 50-pound rice bags, right?
And there's still one on the ground, and he like flips it up onto his shoulder because he's that strong. He's beast.
We see our noodle maker. We'll go ahead and we'll name these people as we see them.
Yeah.
So Donut is our
noodle maker.
Yeah, that's right. He is in his restaurant, in his kitchen, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. It's not enough room for a restaurant, so he gets it in his kitchen.
His little cafe.
He must make it and sell it from the front
his
door.
kitchen.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean. Like he's not served. Like they're not eating in, right? Like they're grabbing food and going back to their apartment. He feeds the neighborhood.
He feeds the community. He's a good dude.
In the place with him is landlord.
Again,
no name,
just landlord.
Again, this is not us trying to be
chilling in his pajamas. Got his like hairpins in.
He looks so
his
crazy.
Sandals.
I love. He's trying to make sure he's got that spit curl.
Right. That's what he wants. He wants the little whoosh. Got to train your hair.
And then after that, we follow him on his lovely jaunt around town. It's so funny because he is so happy and jovial. People love seeing him too.
They're all hi landlord. He walks past the ladies. He's like, hey,
Taylor and Jane. Then
he goes and grabs the Taylor's ass as soon as he walks in.
Well, and then he gets frisky with Jane.
Right.
He makes her kiss him.
The little kiss trick thing. Jane, you naughty girl.
And then he follows her. Like she's like upset,
and she's like, why you bastard? And he's like, wait, come back, talk to me. So he's a bit of a hound dog.
Definitely. Well, and then we see that he is married to Landlady.
To Landlady.
Real creative on these names.
They're great. Fantastic. Easy to remember.
I was about to say, I as much as I make fun of it, it does make it easy.
It does. You know who they are.
Yeah. And Landlady is the exact opposite.
Yeah, we meet her because Ass Crack. We meet Ass Crack first. He's trying to wash his hair.
Right now he's barely ass crack. He's just trying to shower.
Yeah.
He becomes ass crack later because he never fixes this.
He never pulls his pants back up. He pulls them down and squats down to like wash his head and brush his teeth.
And then get his ass, but he just doesn't get there.
The water stops and he starts yelling up at the window.
Landlady. He tries getting rude.
Busts that window open. I love this.
Then runs down the stairs.
I love this bitch. She's got curlers in her hair. Always smoking a cigarette.
Well, not only it's just almost always in her mouth.
Always. It's just hanging in her mouth. She talks with it. It's great. Never not has one.
Yeah. Yeah. She runs down the stairs and she starts bitching at him about like, water's not free.
We even get like cartoon sound effect for it when she runs down. Yeah. You get like whoop, whoop, whoop.
We don't know yet, but later we find out there's a reason for that.
There's a reason later.
She does. She gets downstairs and she starts bitching at him like,
you only get water like 3 days a week now, and the rest of the week I'm going to ration it.
You're going to start paying me more rent. If you're not going to pay me more rent, then you need to shut up, and everybody else needs to go back to their house.
Nobody in this entire place pays their rent on time, apparently.
Yeah, it is the running theme.
Yeah, through the whole movie. Right? It's like, nobody pays my rent.
Yeah, so we see that she is definitely the exact opposite of everybody else. She then slaps the shit out of fucking
poor Ass Crack.
I feel bad because
he was just standing there too.
Well, and not only that, but I feel like if we really would have wanted to sell this, it would have been fun for her to have literally slapped the soap off of him, and then he wouldn't have this problem.
Right.
But that's not what we see. He is rocking soap on the side of his head for like a good for this whole. Not address this yet. The movie starts with where we're at. You know, the first little bit doesn't really count. This is what we would say is the real opening. Beginning. Right? This is a solid 30-minute open where if you don't realize it, you just get sucked into what's happening.
Yeah, you just want to know what everybody's doing.
Before all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, this is a third of the movie?
This is like an intro. Left. Yeah, this is the intro.
This is an intro.
This is Act 1.
In an American movie, the title card wouldn't have happened until after this 30 minutes, right?
Yep.
It's so insane. I just had to point that out.
Goes on for a long time, but you don't notice.
We're only like 5 minutes into it right now. So it goes on for a while. During the whole 20-minute intro, though, he's got that soap on his head.
Right, the whole time.
So I feel extra bad for him because at first you're like, oh, good. She literally slapped the soap. Like she made it to where it doesn't matter that he doesn't have water.
No, it's gone.
It's still there.
She smacked it in worse. Now it's permanent.
If anything, poor dude.
He was fucking flying too, just off camera.
Now is when we find out landlord and landlady bump into each other.
Oh yeah, he's outside the bathroom. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm making sure nobody's spying." And the lady comes out.
He's like, "I'm making sure there's no peeping toms." And says, "Did you see a peeping tom?" Auntie, whatever. And she just
points right at him.
Deadpan. She is solid.
Just points at him.
Yeah, like this isn't a light joke.
He's just like, "Hey, don't you go running your mouth without evidence."
They zoom into landlady with the cigarette.
They
zoom into it because she's just like eyeballing him like,
right, I'll beat the
and she
fuck
does.
out of you. She does beats the shit out of him.
Slaps the living
He goes flying off the balcony and just
flower pot
lands on top of his head. The flowers just
I love it.
There.
Just standing up straight. Yep. The dirt comes around the whole side of his head and everything. Just like a cartoon.
Ass Crack pokes him with a stick. And he's going away.
You wouldn't want to deal with it either, would you?
I'm done. I'm just going to stay here.
Now's when we get an introduction to Stephen Chow. Again, playing Sing. I know you told me
I could not. When I watched this, I could not get a name for almost anybody in this movie. I don't know if the subtitles just went too fast for me.
I know this because, again, you know me, I do my check.
Yeah.
My background check of everything. So I got the names there. And I'm not going to lie to you, I got the names there and then I didn't pay attention because I knew them. So I didn't pay attention to if they were said.
Yeah.
So I can't tell you. I have no idea if it's something you missed or if it wasn't Sing and Bone.
Sing and Bone. Yeah. It's better than the names I had for them.
We get our first glimpse of Sing rolling into town. Again, this is played by Stephen Chow. He is the writer, he's the director, he's doing it all.
He did it all.
And this is a beautiful nod of a joke too. Again, if you know his other movies and you know he did Shaolin Soccer, because like I mentioned earlier, that one was first. That was his first one.
It makes the soccer ball thing even funnier.
So we see zoomed out. We see the kids are playing soccer.
They kick the ball and it starts to get
rolls
away.
up to him and he gets it and he is sick with it for a second, right? Like
doing all the cool kicks,
and they're all like, "Yeah,
Teach us. Can you teach us?
And then he stomps it into
just
the
pops
ground.
the ball.
Get it? This is Stephen Chow making the announcement. This ain't no soccer movie.
This isn't
a different movie.
This is a different thing. Get ready for this ride.
Yeah, this is way different.
That makes that way better.
Be ready for me to stomp on a child's dreams.
I'm gonna crush your soul.
It's a visual, like he really knew how to tell a story in a nice little image.
No, this isn't that. No more soccer.
Yeah.
If it wasn't clear enough.
This is where we get this isn't like our official introduction to Sing and Bone, because again, as we've already stated, this is like a 27-minute intro.
Yeah.
And during the whole intro, all we know about them is the lie that they're telling the town. They roll into Pigsty Alley.
To get a haircut.
Well, to all around defraud the village. Whatever you want to call it.
They try to blackmail the barber guy.
It's going to start small, but think about it. They weren't going to stop
and take it over, you think?
They were just going to definitely do that to everybody. They were going to do that to the rest. To Donut. They were going to do that to any business that was there. They were going to try to get something for free from. They're moochers.
The moochers. The worst kind of fucking people.
Yeah, they roll in. They pretend like they're part of the Axe gang. In the barber to get him a haircut. He ripped his shirt off.
Has the big axes
the sound effect.
The
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't do it justice.
I'd have to do something gross with my
cheek. We're not doing it. You're doing it. Yeah. But yeah, it was so funny though. Like you see the two axes like crossing right in the middle of his chest. Looks like a weird bra coming across.
It does. I was thinking the hammers from Pink Floyd's The Wall. That's what I thought.
Yeah, it's so funny. When they're finished though, he's like, "Oh, don't you think the haircut's perfect?
Why'd you make my boss look so great?
What were you thinking?
What's wrong with you? Don't worry, I'll talk to him, boss. Don't get mad. Look,
you need to pay me.
You need to pay me,
and I'll fix this.
And I'll fix all this.
I'll make sure he doesn't hurt you."
And he's like, "What the hell?"
He's like, "You're not gonna this kid.
He does not care.
He is so
balls
good
of steel."
Again, we see that landlady is ruthless and hateful to everybody, right? But this is the moment where we find out why they're all okay with it. Because she will defend the fuck out of the people who lives in her fucking tenement.
He's like,
he knows it, dude.
Yeah, he's
so confident.
There's 1,000 more of me, he even says. And he like looks outside and the entire village is starting to walk up and shit.
He's just like, you're not going to blackmail me and I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah, and none of them are going to let you do it either. And Stephen Chow, Sing, that's his name, right? Sing. Yeah. He goes out there and he's like, he's a smooth talker and he tries to talk his way out of like, none of you all can fight. I'm the great fighter. I'll fight any of you. And he points at the old farmer lady. He's like, you, lady, you come over here. You give me your best shot. And she punches him in blood immediately.
Blood comes out of his mouth.
Spits out of his mouth.
This scene was so good because it just escalates each time, right? She looks normal. So
like
you're
a normal
like,
lady.
Okay.
But she still busts him with this shot that just pops his liver.
Right. And then so the next one, he's like, hey, you, shorty.
Looks like a little short dude. And he stands up and he looks scrawny. The tallest, lankiest thing you've ever seen.
And he's like, okay, never mind.
Never mind. You sit down. I said no cheating.
Yeah, I was wrong.
Old man. You, old man.
Well,
you come out here.
It's the glasses guy. He's a glasses guy. You come out here. Dude is the buffest motherfucker. Right?
Jacked.
And then he's like, okay, I'm sorry. I was wrong again.
I said not cheat. I said not to cheat.
And he goes, you, the little kid. The little kid. They've got the same CGI body.
The same CGI body on him, but he's just as jacked.
And so I guess he's supposed to be the kid of glasses guy, maybe?
There's father and son. They wake up every morning, eat 5 dozen raw eggs, and then train. We
can see that obviously this was not going to work out the way that Sing thought it was going to.
Especially when he turns around and the landlady's behind him.
Well, and like I said, this is the point. This is the reason why Barber was acting so confident the whole time, right?
He's like,
ass crack, as you like to call him.
Yeah, because he never pulls his pants up.
I know. I've just got him as Barber because, again, so many other people are just named after their job. So I was like, I'm just going to name him after his job.
He's ass crack.
That's good. That one works. I like that one. He knew this whole time. He was confident because they know.
No matter what, we've got landlady.
Landlady might give them a lot of shit.
But she ain't gonna let nobody do it but her.
Yeah. You're her people.
This is my people.
Right?
I can hit them with shoes. No one else can.
She gets there and Sing makes it worse.
He does.
Before she can say anything, before she can already beat the shit out of him like she's going to, he calls her fat.
He's like,
he said, "You're gonna send this fat lady?
This fat lady's gonna do something?"
What were you thinking?
Her face as soon as he says it.
Well, and she then says it to him. Oh, you're gonna call me fat?
Starts beating him with her shoe.
Holy crap. And then I love this. Again, like we already said, they're not really in the Axe Gang. Again, the movie hasn't technically told you that. Much like how...
They're two bumbling idiots.
Yeah. Well, much like how in Snake Eyes, if you couldn't tell the one dude was a plant,
and you can't tell these guys aren't really in the Axe Gang,
then
maybe don't
you're not
watch
paying
movies.
enough attention, right? You should
Something else. Do
Open your
something
eyes.
else.
Give them a
Yeah.
little bit of a rub. In their effort to look like the Axe King, though, he then throws
A firecracker.
He throws a firecracker. Let's make this right. Everybody
It's a
else does
giant firecracker.
but still like firecracker. Everybody else throws a firework, right?
Yep,
like
it's a
they
big
go in the
flare.
sky and it's an explosion with lights that people can
And,
see.
ooh, pretty
He
colors.
throws something that goes to the ground and explodes on the ground.
and goes pop is over.
It's just so funny. Like it's the transition of him trying to be like what we've all because again we've already
Right.
seen it once. We've already seen someone be
seen
like,
it
"This is
do
what a
it.
signal is," and he goes, "I'm gonna signal to my people."
A whole army.
Now here's the thing.
This is just conveniently
Convenient.
or inconveniently timed.
It all
depending
depends
how
on
you look at it.
who you are.
Yeah,
He happens to throw this right on the hat. Lands on the hat.
of one of the big guys in the Axe Gang. A
lieutenant.
lieutenant.
Yeah, that's what I've got in my notes. I've got that he's a lieutenant. Because
Yeah.
again, we've seen the boss, so we
Yeah,
know
he's not the boss. He's one of the.
He's not Greasy Tooth, Brother Some,
Brother
whatever you want
Some.
to call him. No, he's not that guy. We don't get a name for him. He's not here long enough. It's just not that
He
important.
ruined his nice hat though.
Yeah, he comes in.
Comically blew the side of his hat
Well,
off.
and I love how the moment works. Again, it is one of those things. I do understand how if you weren't paying attention and you didn't notice that Singh wasn't actually in the gang, when you see his interaction with the boss at first, you still
yeah,
might
because
be.
he even walks
he
up to him. He's like,
talks
"Hey,
to-
I'm one of you. They won't want to. They don't pay.
And they don't
wanna
question
pay."
it,
They're
right?
like, "Oh, okay. Well, fuck these people.
Right? Okay, we'll take him out. We'll deal
Right?
with it.
We got this."
They don't.
No,
They don't got this.
no, they don't got this at all.
They think they do.
I don't even remember what happened. Something he goes.
Well,
and says,
before anything happens, landlady runs away.
"Oh yeah, that's right."
We get to see the full cartoon effect.
right.
this
She
time.
runs up the stairs and goes and hides under
and we
her
see
blanket.
the like Roadrunner feet effect.
feet go,
Yeah. Landlord.
He just buries his
He
face.
reburies.
He just pushes the dirt
Yeah,
in
he
around
pushes
his
the dirt
head.
closer to his face. Puts the flower back. Like
Right.
stands
Like,
it up
"Nope,
pretty.
I'm dead. Just leave me alone."
Like don't pay attention to me. Then we start to see the real people start to stand up.
They still go out there. Ass crack. He's right there.
Well, and
balls
they-
of steel. He doesn't care.
They quickly find out that this guy is not Singh. He is not pulling people's legs.
No.
He's not going to slowly fake call people out and tell them to sit down.
He immediately
He's
pulls
there
that axe out.
He's there for business.
Yep. He's swinging. He's gonna get my boy ass crack right in the face.
Doesn't happen.
Nope.
No one sees it.
No, it's instant. Like flash. Boom.
Dude flies,
Flies, lands
axe
in a
is gone,
bucket.
ass crack's good.
He's fine. Thank God.
But not only does he fly and land in the bucket, when they get up to him and they talk to him, he says,
My back is broken.
spine snap,
My spine's broken.
right?
Did anyone see what happened? He doesn't even know what happened.
Nobody knows.
And he tells them to call for help. And this is a real signal Sing.
This is the coolest one. This is the coolest one because
Right.
it actually looks like the hatchet, right?
Yep, goes up and it's just a big hatchet
I loved
symbol
it,
in the
dude.
sky. I was like, yeah, that one's cool.
And again, can we address
that's
where
the one
were
for
they?
the boss, I guess.
Yeah.
If you need the boss, that's
How?
the one.
Like again, can we address like where were they? They get there pretty quick.
they were waiting. I don't know.
I don't know. It seems crazy though, right?
They just happened to be across the street.
Well, during that's when we get the moment where we see that while this commotion is going on, it happened to make Jane smear her lipstick.
yeah, because the army of fucking axe dudes
Yeah,
just
yeah.
marching up is shaking the ground.
And so she runs outside at first. Like
she's
she's
gonna
ready.
yell at somebody.
She
She's
is
tear somebody's
pissed.
ass. You messed up my makeup, you sons of bitches.
And again, we get another one of those moments of the storm clouds.
Yeah, just rolling in.
Street full. This one to me was creepier, right? The
Yeah.
first time it's intimidating because you see the army marching in.
Yep.
This time they're already just there.
Yep, they're just
standing,
there.
like spaced out.
Just ready to go. In
Now,
hand.
and this time, some of them, I'll give credit, had axes, right?
Yep, two-handed.
Well, and they were like, some of them were down to the street, like they're just standing
Yep.
there, like in the suit. It's touching ground.
Some of them had top hats, some of them didn't.
Oh, dude, the hats all vary. They're all fancy hats.
Right.
Some of them have
But
bowlers.
they like to.
There's a couple of bowlers.
I didn't see any bowlers, but I like.
You have to see them. They're never
were
in the foreground.
All the top hat dudes were like grouped together.
Yeah, no, maybe
all
it's
the
a
bowler
clique.
dudes
Maybe
were?
it's a specific clique, right? Like maybe
yeah.
it's like
Like
the- 'cause
Clockwork
they're-
Orange,
'cause
they
they're-
all
well,
have
they're
their
a
own
big
outfit.
gang. They get small like
Subsections of the Axe Gang were the top hats. They're the bowlers. Were the berets.
well, like the lieutenant who just died, right?
Yeah.
Like his group might wear a different hat. We're figuring it out right now,
Right.
dude. But yeah. So again, like I said, though, this one to me was so much more
yeah, because
intimidating,
they're just poof.
like magic,
And the
they
evil
do.
storm clouds in the background don't
This
help.
gets it gets
It
intense,
gets super dark here.
real quick. They
Grab
beat
the-
up everybody.
They grab everybody.
They grab the woman,
and forcing everybody on the,
the
ground.
woman, the girl.
And then just they're pouring gas on him and shit.
Now, the implication is definitely that more than just those two, but they're the two that we see and get zoomed in on.
They're
so, like, you're just like, holy shit, they're about to burn this woman and her kid.
Ollie, because he wants to know who broke the dude's back.
That's what, right? He said, he's like, I don't want to know anything else. I just want a name.
Yep.
This is just to find out who did it.
He's going to burn a teenager and a kid, like a 4-year-old.
Teen mom and her son.
Right?
It's rough.
But nobody says anything.
He walks up closer.
Got the
He lights
fancy
the
lighter.
lighter. It's lit.
Throws it.
Cooley steps in.
It's so cool. Snatches it at the last second and just all badass walks up, snaps it shut. I did it. I'm like, my man right here.
He's like, I don't think so.
And then we get our big fight. First big fight.
Well,
and again, we're still in the beginning of the movie.
This is like the next like little bit is like just
it escalates.
It's multiple fights, but one fight.
Yeah, because
it's a long fight. It's a fluid fight.
Yeah, because the coolie starts and he's kicking ass, but there's just so many of them. They're starting to get the drop on him.
Well, and specifically what happens is someone ends up in the tailor's place.
Yeah, they end up in the tailor's place and he's like hiding and shit, and the dude starts to go at him with the axe. And then suddenly he goes...
it's the person comes flying. Again,
and breaks the rings.
It's one of the people that Cooley threw.
Yeah, he kicks him through the wall.
And again, it's between the fact that his place got snapped up and his rings, which were his weapons. Got released from where he was like, okay, it's time.
Because the dude goes to run at him and he kind of screams at him, and then suddenly it cuts to the dude getting thrown through the window. Out comes the tailor. He's got the rings on his arms and he's just like, all right, let's do this. He does the cool boom, boom, and it's got
like clicks them together and shit.
King, king. I'm like, he was my favorite one. I loved the tailor with the rings.
And they show what the point of these are really quick, and I love that.
Yeah.
They show the guy try to grab him, and the rings, as he tries to grab him, they just slide, and so you can't grab
hold of him.
He uses that motion to then bash those metal rings into to your wrists on the inside.
Bang!
It's dope.
And it can block the axes.
Yeah, no, I mean, but I think we all conventionally know that that's what you could do with metal. I'm just saying it's dope for them to show what the actual like martial arts
part was.
Purpose. Yeah, like the fact that that's what it's for. It's to like roll and
a lot of wrist twisting.
It's to do a lot of defensive stuff, really.
Yeah.
You know, like, and again, not like in an offensive, defensive way of this is metal, let me bash it.
Yeah. Which he does do.
He does do that too. It is for that too. But I'm saying there is also a martial arts practical aspect to it.
It looks like it would just be a big bashy thing, but there's a lot of finesse.
There is. Exactly. And I like that they show the finesse right away. I do appreciate the finesse.
I just like how he puts them on. They just like fly up in the air and he's just.
And then he comes out and he also puts up a great fight. During all of the fight, we see the other villagers sneak out the woman and her child, and everybody else is going to get burned. Thank fucking Christ.
Right.
Next up,
Donut.
Donut is my favorite because Donut comes out crouching tiger, hidden dragon style, dude.
He's doing staff.
Well, and he's doing the like spin.
He looks so great. Mean. Those slow mos. You look at his face. He is intense. He is.
Definitely comes out beating some ass, smashing the fuck out of some people.
Between the three of them, they run.
He uses these
off.
staffs to legitimately break the metal
off of guns. He breaks the Tommy guns.
The frames, dude.
Yeah.
He just turns them into slabs. You know what I'm saying?
Snaps them. Bang.
I love
Bit
that.
the barrel on that pistol and shit.
Dude, if you watch it, it literally does just like bend it. It curves around the pole.
They should have had him pull the trigger so the bullet shot him.
Oh, man.
Just shot back at him.
Like I said, Donut, my favorite. Donut's so cool. Donut's my hero.
Yeah, Donut's my hero.
They proved to be a very successful trio. Yep, they run everybody off.
All 150 of these guys off.
Boss.
Everyone leave.
Everyone leaves in terror, in fright.
I mean, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Now, the craziest part is we find out these guys, this is a little bit of jumping the gun, but it's not even ever outright said. You just kind of piece it together from conversation. These three guys did end up here by chance.
Yeah, they did.
By accident. They don't know each other. They didn't know each other. None of them knew
they were all martial arts
experts. They all thought they were the only one in hiding in this town.
But there were three of them. Later, they're even just like, man, if we'd have known, like, we could have like been buddies and like,
it's
so, sparred and shit.
It's so funny. Yeah, again, like it's never outright said. Yeah. They just kind of dance around it. They talk about kills me that there's a possibility that these guys were here like that, and just by chance.
Just by chance.
All right, so yeah, now though we get to finally see the inner workings of the Axe Gang, right? We see like the torture chamber place.
Yeah, they've got Sing and Bones tied up, and they are very mad because it's their fault.
And this is when we find out that they weren't
even part of the gang.
Yeah, he's like, this is all because of two dope-headed people who aren't even part of us.
Right? They're just impersonating Axe Gang members, and we get our ass whipped. Kill these dudes.
Yeah, this is so stupid. Can't believe this.
Go to throw the axe at Sing.
Well, before that happens, I want to point out, though, the dude gets mad. He blames them, right? He's like, two guys that aren't even part of our gang. None of this would have happened if it weren't for them. What was that lieutenant about to be doing?
Yeah, that's a good point. He was about to go do the same
right
thing.
Right outside of the gate. He was there to
start some kind of problem, surely, right? He wasn't just there to say hi.
Well, again,
donut makes great noodles.
Right. He was there to shake people down.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, he was there
That was exactly what he was there for.
So again, like I said, the guy...
Probably would have happened anyway.
It would have happened anyway.
We're splitting hairs on whose fault it is here, all right? I think it's dead broken back to Lieutenant guy.
I do too.
Not my boy Sing.
Now we can get there. They throw the axe. He breaks his way out.
Yep, they're
like, holy shit.
You are quick.
You know how to pick a lock. The dude's like, I see it.
Got the
Picks
little
up the
wire.
lockpick. He's like, let's see if you can do that again.
Save your buddy. He's like, oh shit.
I'm gonna give you to the count of 3.
He does.
3.
He does. He gets him down barely.
I know, but I love that.
It's
the 3. Yeah, he doesn't count. He goes, I'm gonna give you the count of 3. 3.
He said 3.
He didn't say 1 or 2.
He didn't specify that I was going to do that. I merely said to the count of 3.
Well, that would like be to the announcement of 3, though, right?
The statement of 3.
Yeah, if you just go straight to 3.
I give you to the statement of 3. What? 3. Bang.
But he does. He pulls it off again. Because he's
that good.
And he even tells him, he starts telling them, he's like, no, I mean, I understand it's a dumb skill, but I mean, I'm good at it.
I'm good at it.
I'm really good
at
at it.
Pick locks.
Brother Sum's like, fine. But if you want to join us,
you gotta kill somebody.
I love this, though. He goes, have you ever killed somebody? I thought about it all the time.
I think about it all the time. All right.
It's like, dude, I know you're just trying to, like,
impress
sound
me,
good.
like sound
but,
tough.
dude, that sounded weird.
It's like, have you ever had sex? I think about it all the time.
Right? It's like,
that was the response it gave.
Like, weird call, bro.
Right?
Calm
down. Simple yes or no would have done.
But so Brother Sum then, like, lets him leave, right? He's like, that's fine. Go kill some people.
Yeah, go kill somebody
As
and
they're
come
walking
back.
away, once they're out of, like, earshot, he's
doing the weird, like, hand thing at first.
Yeah.
I thought he was reaching for a gun.
He asked for a cigarette.
Right?
Yeah,
It's just a cigarette. I was like, because in the beginning, he shot that chick when they were
I thought it was
going to
be a gun or one of his hatchets.
Yeah,
or,
something like he's going to kill him.
But they just bring him a cigarette. But then he insults him, right?
Yeah.
He's like, scum. He's like, it's always good to have scum.
It's always good to have
we can
scum
always
like
find
that.
a use for scum like
Yeah,
this.
there
That's
it
what
is.
it is. Yeah. So then we get to see where Sing and Bone normally hang out.
It's this traffic,
on the street.
It's like a traffic light
Yeah.
thing.
Are we in the traffic light yet, or is the first time was just them hanging on the street?
The
I thought
first
they were
time they're like
outside
up
of it.
in a traffic light, and he's like, "You need to be tougher," and he's like, and then
Okay.
it cuts to them down
Okay.
on the street. It was stupid, but I'm like, why are they up in the fucking traffic
Well, and
light thing?
it's just where they live.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's why they keep going back. That's why when he does his first heel change is inside it.
That makes more sense. I was like, what's with this?
Don't ask me how they're getting in there.
Stoplight thing.
Yeah, don't ask me how they're getting in there because again, they're homeless dudes. We see the whole speech. Where
Yeah,
they're
they're
like,
homeless.
we're better
They're
than
like,
that.
yeah, they're sitting with the other beggars,
Yeah.
acting like they're better
So
than
you know
them.
what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
the main point though is just this is the moment where we actually really again we're finally done with our intro.
Yeah, this
20
is where we
minutes.
get
this is finally where it's
Sing
like
is actually our main character.
this is where the movie really starts.
Yeah.
Like I mean, the other stuff is like a preface. It's a preface, right?
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
like it technically doesn't have to be there. It does help the story, but the story works without it.
Yeah, you could start the movie here.
Right
It'd be
here,
fine.
right? Because like you said, Sing is our hero.
Yep.
This is when we find that out. We find out he's not as bad as he seems.
He just tried to be good.
He tried to be good. He got smacked down, literally,
beat down,
and pissed on.
Pissed on.
Literally.
That was the big
Literally.
insult. Literally pissed on.
Poor kid.
He
So we
tried.
find out that he got this book when he was a kid, the Buddhist palm.
The Buddha palm from the crazy looking old homeless man man that sells scrolls.
They were gonna steal ice cream from a girl, and he was gonna save her.
It was a sucker. The
Oh yeah,
the
sorry,
sucker's important.
Yeah,
they're trying to take her sucker, and he.
Sorry, I was just confusing because she sells ice cream later.
She sells ice cream. He actually steals her ice cream. I know. That's what you're thinking.
No, I was just like wrong part of history. I was thinking it backwards. I was like sucker later, ice cream first. Yeah. Flip that, reverse it. They were gonna steal her sucker, and he was gonna finally. He finally thought he had mastered it.
Yep, because he did the little thing in the tree moved in the wind, and he thought he did it. Which when I was 8, I would have thought the same fucking thing.
All he wanted was world peace, man.
Yeah, man, he just wanted to
to save this girl and wanted world
be a
peace.
Hero because he was. That's what the book said, and it was his destiny.
And that did not happen.
No. As soon as he touched that dude, he just gets slapped down.
They laugh at him. They flip open the book. They find it.
Yeah, at the end, it's like 2 cents.
Kung Fu manual?
You dipshit. And then they pee on him.
They pee on him, dude.
All of them. Like 8 guys.
Insult
just
to injury.
Piss all over this poor kid.
No wonder he left.
No wonder he was like, fuck being good.
And so then we cut back to him as an adult, and he's like, and I've wanted to kill somebody ever since.
And I'm like, I get that. I would want to kill the dudes who pissed on me.
He was
personally.
just like, I gave up on trying to be a good guy, and I said, yep, killing people all the way. I was like, all right, dude.
Starting with that fucking landlady.
Yeah, he goes, I want to kill that. I'll kill that landlady. He's like, who do you want to kill? Who would you kill? Because again, you can tell Bones is not good with this.
Yeah, he's just kind of his friend that's going along with him.
Bones is just like, okay, dude, whatever.
Yeah, well, this is what we're doing.
Really, you would do this? And he's like, the landlady, and he's like, that dude with glass, because
the guy with glasses who called him a beggar.
Yeah, because again, they're hanging out with the beggars while he's actively trying to be like, we're not like them. We're better than them.
They are just a little bit in front of them, so they made like a step up.
They didn't seem to care about the change that was thrown, but he did pick up the used cigarette.
He did. He just picked up a cigarette butt off the ground and smoked it. Can't have too high standards. Is all I'm saying.
You're right. This is when they steal ice cream.
Yeah, ice cream,
not a lollipop. Again, don't do me. Don't reverse it.
Don't reverse it.
Know which sweet treat was at which point of his life.
Lolly first, ice later.
Does steal. And again, I think this is outrageous.
He recognizes
He definitely didn't. And what's stupid is like they definitely give enough of a clue to us as the audience that you know from this time, even though they don't like directly.
Because there's like a pause and a lingering.
Yeah, and so it's like,
faces.
and she even has like, she looks at him like,
do I know you, motherfucker?
Well, and from, again, I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves, but from the next interaction, you can tell she definitely did because she had the thing ready.
She still had the thing ready
to show him, because she probably now was like,
from here.
oh, that, and I've seen him on the street all the time.
It's that guy. He tried to save him.
So again, we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
This was just that way. Me and you were on the same. I think she did.
I think she definitely. She did. He did.
She looked like she did, and there is a nod to their next interaction to lead you to believe she did. So she did.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with. She recognized him. He didn't recognize her because he's immediately like, "What? You never seen free ice cream before?"
And runs off.
Bolts and like the most obnoxious laugh,
like a 9-year-old stealing ice cream. Bones is just like,
well, I mean, he's kind of giggling, but he's like, it's like unsure giggling. Yeah, like, I'm doing it because my friend is.
Yes, exactly. Like, my friend did it, so I guess I should.
This is what we do, I guess.
This is us now.
We steal ice cream from nice ladies on the street. I thought we were like supposed to be like pardoned gang members.
Yeah. Now we get to slide back to Pigsty Alley.
Yep.
She
wants him
bitching.
Gone.
She's bitching.
She is pissed.
She's bitching to the whole town.
Yeah,
she's not bitching to just them.
Like it's all their fault.
She's giving a lecture. Like, she's mom and she's lecturing her kids right now, right? And she's basically, she's like, no, you guys got to go. You're going to draw attention and ire to us, and we don't need that. You got to fucking go. You got to get out of here. And at first,
and you never pay your rent.
Well, that doesn't come up until some people start trying to defend them. And she's like, bitches, they don't pay their rent, and now I'm going to up your rent. And if you can't pay, you got to go. Everybody's got to go. Fuck all of y'all guys. You know what I mean? She basically loses it right here. She's like, fuck everybody. Y'all don't know what you're talking about.
We're going to get rid of these fucking guys.
Whether you like it or not.
But Jane steps in. She's just like, look, I'll pay their back freaking rent.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff. They helped us, and if you weren't so fat and lazy, and maybe you should freaking do something about it.
Everyone starts jumping in on her ass. They're all like, fuck you, lady, lighten up. We wouldn't be here without the trio. That's in my notes. That's why I've got them as
the trio.
So that way it's easier.
The three masters
works.
The three masters, and
I was just going
the
for
kid.
I was
and
going
the-
for ease of like notes. I was like trio.
the kid and the girl that were gonna get burned and stuff. They come up and they're like, we don't have any fancy shit, but take this, and it's a bowl of onions. And Taylor, he just starts bawling.
starts crying,
He's so
dude.
touched,
And
man.
literally, landlady's upset by that.
she calls him a fairy.
Well, we're not gonna get into it. There's a lot of problematic stuff they say to poor Taylor.
But he has the best line after she does.
I know.
He's just like, there's nothing wrong with practicing martial arts and being the way I am. I'm like, you're goddamn right, man. My favorite one. I love the Taylor. And his bright red underpants that she makes fun of him for.
So does landlord.
Leave the man's pants alone.
Yeah, well, everyone's screaming at her though during all of this, right?
Our bumbling duo, Sing and Bones, are coming up because they're gonna kill the landlady.
But you missed a moment.
Oh,
though.
I did? What I missed?
You missed her first superpower.
Oh,
Other
yeah,
than
she's...
well, we've seen the speed, but everybody looks past it like it's not a superpower.
Yeah, this is her
missed
actual...
the first, like...
I forgot. Yeah, I did. Because everybody's like yelling
They're
at her.
yelling. She takes the cigarette out of her mouth, so you know she's serious.
Yep. When
And
the
then
cigarette
she
comes
goes... Shut! And this one wasn't English, I think. Was the shut up?
the hell up in
Because there are a
English.
few things that are in English.
There's a couple lines.
But
She
yeah.
tells him to shut the hell up in English, and then she's just like, "You think you can out-scream me?"
You definitely
Fuck
can't.
no.
Yeah. And then she puts a cigarette.
Back in her mouth, and everybody's just kind of like,
That's when we had the little moment where they all talk and the Taylor runs off.
yeah, the Taylor
Yeah,
runs
yeah.
off, and it's like
That all happens after she screamed
at everybody. Yeah, leave my man alone.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, we can't miss that though, because that's the first introduction to like beyond the weird running.
They
Because the
have-
cartoon thing comes, the running comes off very cartoony.
Yeah, it
This
does.
is the first time where you're like, oh, superpowers are
Yeah,
in this movie?
she can do the sonic roar or
Right?
whatever the fuck.
And so like we got to make sure people saw.
Yeah,
it.
it's gotta be
people knew that
mentioned.
was
It's
there.
important.
Yeah. I mean, it will come back.
it does. It comes back.
A lot. Yeah, I love that moment. Yeah, so then Sing and Bone show up to assassinate her.
Yep, gonna throw a knife. He's got it. Got it.
This
in
is
his
so
hand.
crazy. Did he become unwitting Magneto?
I don't know, but I die laughing every time I watch this part.
When he throws his, it's just kind of funny, right?
Yeah, 'cause
he
it
throws
bounces
his and
off
it
the
bounces off the
wall.
wall. It makes sense.
Comes back and sticks in his shoulder. He's just like,
ah, and then he tells Bone,
you try it.
Bone, you do it, Bone.
He immediately just kind of throws it
When he
into
throws
him.
But no, what's crazy though is did you replay that one? That one goes like it goes curved. Like,
It,
not,
like,
his
curved?
hand doesn't curve.
Oh, does
he
it?
throws it like this, and literally like they did a CGI like.
It just curved into him like he's
Yeah,
magnetic.
that's why I was saying like
It-
it's like well they did weird Magneto to him of errors.
No, I didn't see that. I thought he just kind of like threw it at him
No.
for some fucking reason.
He
I'm
goes to
like, you
throw
idiot.
it, and it literally like I mean, don't get me wrong. That's still what they
Boomeranged
wanted to say.
around on him.
They still want you to say like believe that he threw it fucked up, but the
Yeah.
kind of fucked up he threw it is like a weird curve. Like it's not like he just let go at the wrong time. It's literally like he did it right, but it still wound up back into him. And then he goes to throw a third knife,
And it
he
sticks
swing
him.
because he
She
does it with
super-
the opposite arm this
Yep,
time.
different
He
hand.
overextends it behind him.
And sticks it right in his other arm.
God,
And then throws just the handle.
just the handle smacks her in the face.
and it sticks. I love that it sticks.
And then
to
she
her.
starts screaming, "Who threw this handle at me?" And then he hears it and he goes, "A handle? I mean,
Who throws a handle? And he looks,
I mean, it's not me." Oh, and he looks back and he goes, "That knife's missing a hand. You don't think it's the same
I don't think
handle,
it's the
do you
same one,
see?"
do you? Of course it is.
And then he pulls it out, the knife,
The knife.
with
Don't
no
do
handle.
that.
He says, "Don't." And again, it was just like
okay.
a shock reaction, right?
Right?
Shock reaction.
Sing's just like, don't do that.
And as soon as he says "don't," though, he said "okay" and shoved it
shoves
back
it
in.
back.
Oh my god,
It's my favorite scene of the whole movie. It's so funny.
so intense.
It's ludicrous.
Poor guy.
This series of unfortunate events with
And then,
the knife.
and then as he gets stabbed the last time, he looks over and he goes, "Oh no."
She's spotted us.
And-
So he grabs the box of cobras and
Well,
he's like,
he
stay
did-
back. And they
He
fall
didn't know
out.
it was cobras. He just saw the box and he picks it up and he was like about to just throw it, the
Yeah.
whole box at them. When he did it though,
The cobras fell
out and he looks behind him. That's when he noticed they were. He didn't even notice that it was cobras until after they fell out, and he was like
And they're all up
Oh.
on Sing right up in his face.
biting it. They bite us.
Not yet. He's
I
like,
know, but I'm just saying, dude. Freak! I can't think of the scene. It hurts my lips.
right. He gets bit, but Bones' fucking suggestion is like, cobras like music. You should try whistling.
Blowing.
Sing's just like, fuck it. Why not? and then they bite him, and his lips immediately explode.
It hurts
and they
my
get
lips to
so
think
big.
about.
It's all that goofy, floaty CGI.
You see him for a split second when they bite too. Like he
Right.
flings his head, and you see them like,
and fly off.
ow, it hurt. That's I know it wasn't there yet, but it
But
just
yeah, they
hurts me.
decide to bail at that point.
Rightfully so.
And split up. He tells them
Yeah.
to split up. It's like, I'm done. I've been stabbed 3 times. I got bit by 2 cobras.
I mean,
I'm not dealing with screamy lady.
He starts running off. He thinks he's safe. What happens though? Oh, you don't remember that? This is the whole moment where she chases after him. They have their double speed run.
They're
They're
Looney-
both roadrunners.
The Looney Tunes Roadrunner chase. That's right.
Yeah, I was like, how do you not remember this? This is such a funny scene.
What fucking happens? Because I was like, wait, they split up because he's like,
Yeah.
fat guy, go that way.
All
and
right.
then I'm like, blank. No, it's they do the whole, and they have
It's
the. It's
he
so
sees-
funny.
he
You just,
uses the
if
knife-
you just pump your hands
Well,
fast
and
enough.
he uses the knife,
the knife
in his
as a rear view
shoulder
mirror.
to look at. Yeah, dude, that's my favorite part of it is him looking, and it's so funny because he's playing this so like straight manish for a second, and he looks down, and he's like, and then
the
run
faster
faster.
you pump your hands, you got to pump them hands, and you will go
Well,
faster.
And this is one of those things that I love about the movie is that there's a lot of subtle stuff to let you know things that are being dropped the whole time, right?
Yeah.
This is one of those times. If you're not paying attention and you've not realized it, there are a lot more kung fu masters. I don't think, again, this is a 20-year-old movie.
Yeah, it's not.
We're not really giving anything away. There are more.
Yeah, there's more.
And even one who doesn't know he is.
Right? He hasn't figured it out yet. He hasn't found his chi.
But so this is one of those scenes where it's
Right,
like,
it's like,
holy
well,
shit! Like
you
the
shouldn't be
first
able to
time I
do
watched
this.
it as like a teenager, I definitely
didn't get it.
I didn't catch that. Right?
Yeah.
Like I was just because you don't know what kind of world we're living in, right? Because right
Yeah.
now we're just seeing them both use the Looney Tunes run, which we've seen her do in
Yeah, I
front
was
of
gonna
people,
say,
and nobody
she did it. So
no,
I was
and
just
nobody
kinda-
commented.
Yeah,
on
nobody
it.
said anything. So I was like, okay, people can just do that in this world.
But so later though, these are the kinds of moments when you look back and you're like,
Oh, it's
Holy
because
shit.
Oh,
oh, they're both tapping into the force.
right. The Force Awoken.
Right? Like, I do love this scene, though. It's funny.
It is. It's
it
hilarious.
ends when they do the over under the bus.
Yeah, he
Holy
goes
shit.
under the bus. She dives over it. Does this like
And she's like
lazy,
relaxed.
like she's like got her feet crossed, hand behind her head, just kind of doing this corkscrew thing, and then
Well, she wasn't paying attention when she jumped, though, right?
splat.
Hits the
I
billboard.
love it. It's like curlers and her bra and a shoe flying off into the thing, and then it cuts over and she's just splat against the billboard. And he's like,
Should've-
haha, bitch.
Should have been paying
Fuck
attention.
you.
Should have been paying attention before you jumped.
Yep. He gets away.
See, this is the time where I would say you realize that maybe they live inside that thing, right? The first time you see that they're inside it.
Yeah, and then they're just kind of hanging out. And this one, he goes.
But you see they're inside it for a second.
I was
and then they're
wondering
instantly
why
on
he
the
went
street.
back to it.
See, this is the moment where I would say it lets you know that they maybe like live there.
Yeah,
right? They sleep there. I wouldn't say like live, but
It
sleep.
has a roof. Makes sense.
Yeah, it
Gets you
keeps
out
you
of
safe from the rain.
Yeah.
He goes back. It's just him. We see him. He starts beating the table
Beating
thing in the middle.
Beating the shit out of it, and he like gets like super veiny for a second.
Like
and
muscles.
Then it pulses
and the
away,
muscles pop the blades out.
out, and they just go flying.
It's like he turns into the Incredible Hulk, but we don't get to see it.
Yeah, and
Right?
he just beats the shit out of this fucking thing. Just
Well, we don't even
palm
get to see the
strikes.
full damage until later, right?
Yeah.
Right now, we just know we hear him banging.
Yeah, we hear
it.
him banging
And
around,
we see
and the roof collapses, and
we
it
see
kinda
them
cuts
cut
the
down
shot.
to the street level, and we
Yeah.
see that the dude's looking up.
Like-
It's not until later when we see him do it again. Like he looks back up at it again, and we see the
Palm prints and shit.
punches into the metal.
Yeah,
this first time though is literally mainly just sound effects of it.
I wrote in my notes, I was like, cures himself by having a tantrum.
My notes are literally he turned into the Hulk. What happened here?
I was like, I wish I had that ability. I just want to kick and scream and then feel better, right? Apparently it works. We should try.
I was going to say I've never tried, so I don't actually.
Next time I get poisoned, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna kick and scream, see if I feel better.
But so then he just Bones looking for him,
And then he's just there magically, and he's like, "Dude, weren't you all like fucked up?"
and he's like, "Oh yeah, this happens. You don't know this?
I don't remember where.
Anytime I get hurt,
Yeah, just kind of heal really quick.
I never remember though.
Right, and he's just like, "Did you go to the hospital?"
How
He's like,
long have
"I
they
don't-
been friends?
I don't know.
Does the movie not make you feel like they've been friends since they were?
Yeah, since they were like kids.
Since probably right after he
right
got
after
beat
he
up.
got pissed on. Yeah, he met Big Man, and then they were going off to go be.
So
bad
how do they
guys.
not know this? How does he not know this?
He didn't pay attention. He is kind of dumb. He is the
I'll
big
give you
dumb
that.
guy.
He fell asleep.
He did. He fell asleep because staying awake and trying to be tough is just so exhausting.
He's told us a few times.
A few times. It's
Okay, I'll give you. He fell asleep every
fell
time.
asleep.
Every time he was healing.
Every time he was
fell
healing
asleep.
after
Yeah.
they got fucked up.
That makes sense. So while they're on the street, though, they happen to notice crazy men with sunglasses on.
Right.
And giant.
Carrying like a coffin looks like big thing.
Weird kimonos with the like hat that's like covering everything. They look weird.
Yeah, they stand out. And
they look
block the view of the pretty girl. The bastards.
they look almost like they're some kind of Jim Henson puppet.
They move like it too,
right? Because the instrument is on both of their backs.
Both carrying it.
So I'm glad you noticed that. Yeah, they stand out. That's for sure. They stand out like a sore thumb. It is weird that they were supposed to be sneaking through the city. We quickly get to find out who they really are, though.
Yeah, because it cuts over to the axe to Brother Sum.
The Axe Gang headquarters.
He's hiring some assassins to deal with these fucking kung fu masters that whipped up on him and his boys.
But I just got these guys as the musicians.
That's what I said.
They're the musicians. So Brother Sum refers to them as the best.
Yeah,
and they even got offended at that. They were like, no, we are not the best.
The Beast is the best.
We are but musicians. They even said that. They're like, we're not assassins. We
just like to play music.
Just so happens that we have another skill set because of that.
We just happen to figure out a way to kill people while doing both, and it makes us happy. Good for them, I guess.
It helps us stay sharp with both skills.
Yeah, good for them. Do what you love.
If you do what you love, you never work.
Exactly. This is like our little backstory on the Beast a little bit. This like hidden character.
Barely for a second. Yeah, they were like, no, the Beast is the best.
He was so dedicated to kung fu, he went insane, and now he's in an insane asylum.
That's nuts.
And I'm like, all right, damn. I can see how you could do that and get so dedicated to something you just lose your fucking mind.
And then we get to cut back to Pigsty Alley.
Is this where she's doing the shaky with the bad stick?
Yeah, and she's like, oh shit,
we're gonna blame it on the gods if you have to leave, basically.
She's cast to find out. Definitely bad omens. Omens are coming.
It says bad stick, really bad omen in subtitles.
Well, actually, no, I think we were wrong. I think maybe we skipped this. I think the first time she had the conversation with them and told them to leave was when she did it. This is when they definitely are just leaving. This is when they're already packed up.
They're all packed up and they meet up.
So sorry, guys, we missed a scene.
We were all kung fu masters.
So sorry, we missed a scene. It's not an important scene.
Not.
As you heard.
She just wants to not take the blame for telling them to leave.
And you already heard us tell you that she told them to leave.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they're gonna leave.
So this is the moment that they're all actually leaving. They're all sad. It's somber. They're meeting each other in the middle of town, right? And they're like, I guess we'll probably never see each other again. We'll have to go our own ways.
Maybe before we go, we should have a quick spar.
I love
fight.
martial art. Like I said it earlier, but this is the reason I love martial arts
shit
movies.
Like this.
The fact that they meet up, and I want to point out, like, from this point of the movie on, you could make this a cartoon and tell me it's a Dragon Ball Z story, and I would believe
definitely. You could.
Everything from this spar, the fact that this spar happens is literally a Dragon Ball Z episode.
It definitely is.
And so, like, I love this. I love that they meet up in the middle and they're like, we all have to, this is sad. We all got to go our separate ways.
It's a shame we didn't know.
It's a shame we don't know who's the best. Maybe we should find out. Yeah. I love this. It's so outrageous. It's so outlandish.
It's like
so awesome.
It's like 30 seconds and they all do like super cool shit. And then they're all just,
as they're doing it, each one is like, I know your technique.
That style from this school.
The technique of the, I didn't write any of them
Tam
down.
of the kicking school.
I didn't write any of them down. But it's like that. It's like the octa stick, right? It's because he's got 8.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, I loved.
Yeah, it was real good.
This is why I love martial arts movies.
They're going to depart as friends.
Yes.
Right? Yes. And they bow.
Unfortunately, before they
falls, he falls off the thing. It's like
And so we see them all starting to walk away. Yeah, we're mainly focusing on Cooley.
Yeah, Cooley, the youngest, the buffest.
He's walking. As he's walking, he notices. He sees him.
Yeah, he sees the guy.
He doesn't think much of it. You can tell he thinks it's weird. Okay. Obviously,
he's not from around here. He's not. He doesn't
live in the tenement.
But it's just a dude playing a really big sit-down guitar thing. I'm sure it has a name, but I don't know what it is. Somebody tell me.
Lap bass,
right,
or something weird
that's
like
what
that.
I want to call it. Lap bass.
Go for it. Well, it's because the size, right?
Yeah.
Sees the dude. He doesn't think a whole lot about it. He definitely thinks it's weird.
Yeah, because he kind of looks at him like,
keeps
all right,
walking
whatever,
on his way.
Walks away.
I love this scene.
It's so good. He's walking,
and you hear the
music.
And at first you don't notice. You kind of just hear like wind rustling as it goes, right?
And then
but
you
then you
see
start
the branch
seeing sliced, and then you see the cat.
The cat was the best when it jumps off the building. It's a shadow.
You don't see the cat.
You don't actually see.
You know what happens
because there's blood splatter on the building.
It was so slick. But that's one that got his attention too, because he was like,
"Fuck!" He whips around and he sees the musician sitting there, and he's like, "Oh." And then his head.
Poor goddamn.
He didn't even have a chance. That's what kills me. I liked him. I wanted him to have at least a chance.
He didn't have a chance. They got him from the back. It was so bullshit.
Fucking cowards, pussies.
Then our next one, we instantly go to
the tailor's shop. He's inside. He's packing his shit.
We got the second musician.
The second musician comes in, starts looking at the cloth.
No instrument.
No,
this was his downfall.
He has some wicked ass fingernails.
I know, the talons,
the
dude.
Fucking claws. He's looking at the cloth, and Taylor's like, yeah, we can make a really nice suit out of this.
He's like,
but I'm closed.
I'm literally closing shop.
Leaving.
I'm about to leave town. Sorry. Maybe you can find out where I'm opening and come
this
there.
Is one of the things I love about like martial arts movies. It'll have the flash of like the realization, I know danger's coming, and then punches through the cloth, barely misses him with the claws and shit.
This is the moment where in my notes I also have like, this is when you can tell why martial arts movies and westerns had so much in common. Like the vibe right now, like of the like, this is a showdown. This is me versus you. They eyeball each other, just like it would be across the street when they're about to you can feel the vibes right here. Where I was like, I've watched enough westerns that I'm like, oh shit. This is about to. This is a scene I know. I know how this is playing out.
Right. Somebody's dying in a minute.
And so like again, like I love both movies, and sometimes you watch the right ones and you can literally see it. You're like, I can see this in the alternate
they rip
world.
Off each other all the time.
It goes back and forth.
It really does. The martial arts movies rip off westerns. Westerns rip off martial arts.
I don't know
movies.
who did it first. Again, this is gonna be very SLC punk for you guys. I don't know who did it first, and it doesn't really fucking matter. All that matters is that at this point, everybody's doing it.
A poser here,
right? Everybody's a poser. As we said, it doesn't matter. Everybody's a poser.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who did it first. Unlike Steve-O, it doesn't matter who did it harder either.
Yeah.
This is just a case of someone did it and now everybody does it.
Because it works.
Because you guys are telling the same kind of story. And it's good. I love this. I love watching a Western and having the moment where I'm like, I see the alternate universe where they both have swords.
Right.
And I love watching a martial arts movie and being like, oh, this stare down could have fucking guns right now.
Everybody rips off everybody and it's fine.
Again, it makes for good movies. It makes moments I love in movies. I love that moment.
Because we all love like that hero story of like he comes in, he doesn't want to be the hero, but he ultimately has to be, and then he steps up and does it. I love shit like that.
Well, and again, would you not say that that's exactly what Taylor is right now?
Yeah, dude, totally.
He was trying to leave town.
He just wanted to leave, but
he was doing what was asked of him.
Yeah, he was gonna leave, but then these dudes come in there, and now he's got to fight. This is the best ring, the ring one, where he smacks the table and they come up, and he just.
Now his tricks don't work as well though.
No,
the musician he's prepared.
He shoots magic noise swords.
Well, no, we're not even there yet. He's not outside yet.
He's not outside.
No, this
yet.
is him
this is just the
remember
the claw dude.
He's still fighting the claw guy. I'm saying like he tries to do the.
Yeah,
the roll trick,
and
it doesn't work.
Yeah,
because he just re-rolls it back on him.
Yep,
and
he's
jabs him backwards. Yeah, dude, that's what I was getting. None of the ring tricks are applicable to the musicians.
So he just shoulder tackles him out the freaking building
because he had no other option.
Brute force.
The only problem here is if it were just one guy, he might have been okay.
Yeah, I think he could have took Claw Guy. I really do. Just him.
But what happens is he shoulder checks him outside. And now they're together.
Yep, he's got his brother out there,
and they're
both
behind the instrument. Now they're both
shooting the fucking things at him.
And this is when we finally get to see, right? We get a glimpse of what's been happening.
They slow-mo it, and you get to see like the flash. It's like a big scimitar
swinging
flying at him.
Yeah,
he goes to block with his rings. Oh no, they're shattered. They're gone. What will he do?
And he flew backwards a little bit too.
Right,
like
he went flying, dude. It hit him hard. He goes and he's like, what the like stone roller thing? He like takes
and
cover
pushes it. Yeah,
he like pushes it, and then
it's chipping away.
Fucking throws it at him and shit. They have like wicked noise powers.
Well, yeah, no, because now we see fists.
Right? They fucking like they tilt it up and like super like power chord it, and then these like fists come out, and poor Taylor just takes these wicked shots that cave his chest in. Boom, boom, boom.
Landlady and landlord are getting upset now. Shut up!
We told you this shit would happen.
We wanted you guys out of town. Quit making so much damn noise. Landlady can't make up her mind.
Landlord's pulling her in like, I'm sorry, just don't ignore her. Ignore her.
I love it because it's like landlady can't make up her mind about what she's mad about. Like she's mad that they didn't leave, but she's mad they're making noise. She's mad about. It's like, damn lady, calm down.
She just wants to be mad.
She does though, for real. I would say that's her character trait.
That's her state of being,
sure.
is being mad. It's not looking good for our boy Taylor.
No, he's probably gonna die.
Yeah, he's all fucked up.
He is literally. They're about to send the.
He's spitting blood, dude. It's bad.
Who comes in? My boy,
Donut.
I love Donut.
With his spears
all
this
of them
time.
All of them. Not just a staff, his spears.
All of them.
The octagon of whatever. I didn't keep the name. But
he's kicking these things all over the fucking place.
I absolutely love this fucking moment.
This is Crouching Tiger
moment
right
he starts
here.
throwing them, and then they're throwing shit, and it's just like a back and forth.
Right.
It is literally like 3 minutes of back and forth. Like, can I win with my spears? No, you're going to get the hand. You get the upper hand. I get the upper hand. You get the upper hand. I get the upper hand. It's so fucking
getting
badass.
Closer and closer each time, and
but
finally
then,
he's got it. He's going in. He's got the kill, right?
Does he?
No, magic goddamn power chord that they play. I like this where they like banana shreds the fucking spear, and
it literally
stuff.
It looks like it's what would happen if you take something like a belt, right? Like when you hold
snap a belt.
Yeah, it looks like if you were doing it slow-mo in reverse.
Yeah,
right.
You push it together
because
and it makes the
bowing, but only on the outside because you still see like the flimsy fibers inside.
In the middle.
It's so dope looking, and then it shatters, right?
Boom, and he goes
splinters
back.
everywhere. It is the coolest effect.
I love that bit. But he has no more spears at this point.
Yeah, what are we gonna do?
They're fucked. Like they're dead.
These guys the two of them are. Yeah, they are in rough shape.
Yeah, they're dead.
We've already and at this point we've even seen like Donut came in to save Taylor, but then they're about to Donut's now taking a big brunt of fight, and Taylor comes in, takes
and pushes him out of the way,
takes a blow,
and takes it full in the fucking chest. Oh my boy,
they just
way to die.
That's they trade the sacrifice moment back and forth.
Right, they did. They trade it back, but that was the last one for Taylor.
That was it.
Like,
Taylor's gone. Right now we don't get that official announcement. Right now we still see landlord and landlady are done.
Yep,
they're like, fuck guys, we have to interject.
Yep.
We have to stop this. And so we don't get to see all of it at one moment, but we do know they get those bodies out of there.
Mm-hmm. And because they just look over and they're gone.
Yeah. And then they start fighting.
And then they look back, and then suddenly landlord has his arms around him like, hey guys.
Yep.
What you doing? And they're like, oh shit. And they go to punch him, and he does that weird like jelly bounce belly bump thing. I don't know. It was funny though, because he's like made of rubber all of a sudden. All the punches are bouncing
the weird
off.
Sliding.
Right.
Yeah. I want to bring up, we've not said it, but the whole time this fight has been going on, Brother Sum and his accountant guy,
the lawyer, whatever the fuck he is.
I think he's an accountant because earlier he was talking about the money they were making. So I think he's he's the accountant. That makes sense. But so they've been in a car watching, and he's been getting pissed off at the dude the whole time.
He keeps leaning forward, and Brother Sum keeps smacking him like, quit blocking my fucking view.
And so at this moment though, he busts his way out because he's like, hey, he throws the axe.
Landlady just catches it
like it's nothing.
Like she was catching the newspaper.
Again, this is one of those moments, like I said, if you didn't realize they were masters.
This is your big clue. A little old lady shouldn't be able to catch an axe like that.
Like it's nothing. Brother Sum kicks the fucking accountant out of the car completely now.
Because he's blocking his fucking view again.
He says stay out.
He just boots him out of the car entirely.
Landlady screams this time. Saves our guys.
Yep.
Completely.
Fucking
sorry guys, we jumped the gun a little bit. We missed a little bit of when people came in. You guys know us. That's probably a testament to how good the beer is.
Yeah.
That we're both looking at notes and somehow still
fucking this up.
Again, we didn't mess it up by much. This is an action movie. We just missed a beat of action.
We missed a beat of action.
But so yeah, the landlord and landlady shouldn't have already been out there. When they show up, landlady catches the axe.
Yeah.
So we'll pick it up from there. When she catches the the axe. That's when she's there. They have not whisked our boys away yet.
No, not yet.
They're about to have a death blow come and take out our boys.
Or Donut and Taylor.
Again, they're already in rough shape.
Yeah, they're just.
I mean,
like
they might as well be.
Spitting blood,
they might
right?
as well be dead, or we know they are
Taylor's
dying.
dead.
And we don't know that for sure though. But so to save the day, she lets out her voice, her roar, and it shreds the strings. The strings are gone. They can't use it currently. It broke the swords. Remember, the army, was it the army this time or just
that's the last one?
Okay, so this time it was just swords.
It was just
broke
swords.
and it flew the swords back.
Yeah, they all went away.
Now is like we said. So this is the part where we were talking about where all of a sudden the landlord goes into super slippery mode,
super rubbers.
Like they punch him.
And shit's just bouncing off
and hit each other. Yeah, it's so good. And then he's like flying.
He does this like weird floating backflip thing, and they kick him, and he floats again. And then he grabs both of them, and he just does this little flick with his wrists on both of them, and just flips both of them onto the fucking ground. Smash.
Yeah. So as they've already, they mention as soon as they hear her voice, oh, there are other masters.
Yeah, there's other masters here.
Holy shit! What are we gonna do?
They were excited
now?
for a half second, but then they started getting their ass beat by landlord. He's like spinning them, right? He's doing the big spin thing and stuff, and he tosses them off into the distance, and it has the yin yang symbol in the dirt, and he does the cool pose. I love that part. In case you didn't know, I'm that kind of master.
Now, while all that is going on, is when I think if you see in the background, you can even see her landlady whisks.
Yeah, she grabs them.
Yeah, runs
and
them
like
out.
they're
She does her run effect.
quick run.
Yeah.
Then she's staring at him, smoking her cigarette, and she's all fucking pissed. And this is where dudes go and like restring their guitar.
Restring it. Well, and again, like I said, feels like a Dragon Ball Z episode, right? This is them preparing their super move, their power move, right?
They're powering it up, man. This is their limit break,
right? Like it's probably better strings than before. You know, you get what I'm saying.
Right.
You've watched enough anime of various types. You get what I'm saying.
This
the
is
vibe of what's happening.
Their secret unlock power that they haven't shown you.
This is the
yet.
thing that they're introducing at the end of an episode, and it's actually going to start the next one. You know what I'm saying?
The sting that gets you to watch next week's. Tune in next time on Dragon Ball Z.
But yeah, that's exactly what this moment was for.
But it's dope though. One dude just like kind of grabs the neck and tilts it, and the other dude grabs the strings and pulls them super tight.
I'm just saying they still seem very unimpressed though. Landlady. And
landlord,
they're just like
whatever.
watching it. Like
they're just like, all right, cool. Set up your little attack.
Landlady
whatever.
Again, and so this is the one where it's the army, right?
Yeah, the like zombie demons.
Army. And literally, landlady is so unimpressed, and she just then deep inhales an entire cigarette,
right? The whole thing.
Throws the butt to the ground and screams out a scream like you've never heard before. And this is after we've already heard her do a couple
of them. Like this one shatters buildings,
flips the bone skull things,
the
in
zombie
half.
Creatures just powder to dust
and shred
their clothes.
The clothes.
They're just in their underwear.
Like not even just the strings. Everything.
It's all gone. It just turns to powder.
We hear them as they're scampering away. The lions roar.
I thought it was a myth.
And they do. They're gone. They're nearly naked as they scamper away.
Gone. They're like, nope, fuck all this. We lost. Let's get the hell out of here.
We are done with that.
And the axe guy is thinking the same thing. They're like, we got to get the fuck out of here. And then he's telling his driver to drive, but nothing's happening. They look, and landlord's in the front seat.
And landlady is sitting between them.
She's just magically in between the boss and the lawyer accountant guy.
Yeah, just sitting there. It's so nonchalant.
Threatens them without saying a word. I love this. Just with gestures. She's like cracks her knuckles. Right. And
she gives him the nod.
And he's like, yeah. All right, I got it. They're so freaked out
that when they finally leave, they are shaking in their boots.
He's got his cigar out, and the accountant tries to light it for him, lights his hair on fire. So we get the funny scene of them trying to put each other out.
Yeah, it's great. This is where we fully get the announcement that we see two people at the funeral pyre.
Yeah,
two bodies. So we know it's Cooley, and we're still not sure until they zoom out just enough. We see Donut.
Donut's not quite dead yet.
So we know Taylor.
My boy Taylor.
Taylor's up there. He's gone.
He went out like a badass though.
He did. Way better. He got better than Cooley got.
I wrote in my notes, you can call him whatever you want, but he was a badass.
He got better than Cooley got.
Fuck yeah, he did.
He got to put up a fight.
Cooley got jumped.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit. But Donut's just like, I'm so glad I got to like meet some fellow masters. I could die happy and shit. And then he kind of bleh.
He also dies.
And the crowd is pissed. They are like, if you all were such kung fu fuckers, why didn't you help before they all died?
Technically, they say this before Donut passes.
Oh, is it before he dies?
Yeah. They were like, we don't want to do this because we had a son and we watched him.
Yeah, he got in a fight. He died, so we swore
we try to be pacifists now.
Yeah.
We're not trying to do that.
We don't want to.
Then he dies, and then Ass Crack is like, train me.
I will be the one. He does the little flailing
and
of his arm. Smack. And he goes down. She's like, clearly you're not.
Yeah, I don't think so. They say the only person that we could possibly train in the amount of time we have is some kind of kung fu genius.
And the odds of that are like 1 in a million. And don't we cut over to fucking singing them and shit?
Yeah. We can't do this. We got to do this right. I'm sorry. Donut did not die yet.
Oh, is he still alive?
No, listen. This is what happened. She knocks out Barber Boy, and then Donut looks at them and gives them the Peter Parker line.
Oh, yeah, he does. He's like, with great power comes great responsibility.
There's no escaping it. That's the only thing he adds. The only thing he added. I was like, we can't skip over the fact that they dropped fucking Spider-Man in this movie, dude. Like, again, this movie is pseudo satire.
It kind of came out the same time.
That line had existed in Spider-Man since like the 70s.
Yeah, the movie had come out recently.
Yeah, it was. We have to make sure we reference that right. So again, sorry guys, we definitely messed that up.
Then he asks them what they're preparing to do in English.
Yeah, no,
this is the other English line.
I love every time something like that happens because then you get landlord says, "Why don't you say it in English?
Why don't you say it in Chinese?"
It's such a weird joke, but I love it.
It happens
every time.
Now we go back to Sing and Bones. They're on a bus.
The trolley ride. It's a trolley, I think.
Is it a trolley?
Yeah, because again, it's 1940s.
This is the bit from the previews. If you ever saw like the trailer, the where he's doing the little snake hand shit, and the guy with the glasses and just slaps the shit out of him.
Isn't this the same glasses guy from earlier?
It's the same guy from earlier.
I thought so. Because he literally says to him, he's like, "It seems to me after last time, you just seem to have a problem with guys like you're biased against guys with glasses."
Right, and he just beats the shit out of him. He's like, "I like my glasses. I think they look good on me. Fuck you."
Cobra style
with his little like fucking Santino Morella.
Once they throw him off, dude, the guy even goes to the window.
Mocks him with the little snake hand and shit.
It's so great.
He's still talking shit though. He's just down there. He's like, "Yeah, why don't you get off the bus? I'll smash him glasses."
And now we see the girl again. This is the time we see her sign language.
Yep, she's mute. She doesn't talk. This is where he tries to rob her too, doesn't he?
He tries to really rob her. I mean, he stole ice cream.
He stole ice cream. He's going for money this time.
Robbery is robbery, Bo.
Yeah, that's right. It's all theft.
But yeah, this time he tries to really rob. I mean,
yeah, he wants the money. After he pulls a knife this time, even
after coming down on you, I'll admit there is a difference,
a little bit.
But this is what I was saying earlier, the reference, right? Like she knew who he was because she, in preparation for this moment,
went and found the sucker.
Went and got a lollipop. You think she?
It seemed like it
for 25 years.
The way they shot it,
I know, but for 25 years.
Maybe she's crazy.
Either way, whether it's the same lollipop or a new lollipop, she definitely presents a lollipop, meaning she knew who he was.
Yeah. Hey, you remember me?
I remember you.
Lollipop girl.
Look at this. And the culmination of the lollipop plus the sign language does shock him into remembering. We finally see the end of what we saw earlier, right? We didn't know she came back.
Yeah, she came to like
after he got peed on.
After he got peed on, she's like,
she tried to give him the lollipop that they were like, trying to steal,
but he wouldn't have it. None of it. He was too ashamed.
Well, again, it was like an insult to him.
Yeah,
he was like, I failed. Why are you trying to reward me?
Now you're just pitying me. Yeah. I get it.
And so he smashes the lollipop.
Yeah, smacks it out of her hand. Takes
the crazy artsy feel they have for it too, as it like smashes and like. Pieces shatter, but then he gets taken.
Yeah,
by the axe gang.
Yeah, they grab him.
They snatch him.
Just snatch him.
He runs off, and before he can get like 5 feet, the axe gang is like
yoinks. His boy is like Bones is just like, where'd he go?
Yoinks.
Right? Isn't that what happened?
Yeah, Bone has no idea.
He has no idea where he went.
They take him in front of the boss. The boss is like, "Hey,
you're in.
You want a mission to prove yourself? We're gonna need you to buy some clothes. You gotta look sharp.
And put some money in his pocket. Go get you a suit. We got a job for you.
We're gonna need need you
to go bust a dude out of jail.
And then we quickly find out it's not just jail.
It's an insane asylum.
So who is he going to get?
He's going to go get the beast.
And
because the
this
axe
is not
boss
even
is done.
Well, and this is not even just like a jail. Like when we see this thing, it's insane. It's guarded by the army,
army.
like the military.
Right? There's tanks and shit.
It's mind-numbing.
It's Arkham. This is where all the hardened criminals go.
And at first you're still like, why you forget, right? You're like, why would they need him? He can pick a lock.
Yeah, that's right.
We see him
so quick in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, he gets inside and he makes his way.
We get the fun scene of him like finding his way through.
We get a weird maze-like thing. And then we get the weird hallucination of the blood. What was that?
Because somebody really liked The Shining.
It was strange. It was out of place.
It was shot for shot.
I know it was.
The elevator
it was very
from
out
The
of place,
Shining.
right?
It was crazy because it was just him being afraid.
I guess
a hallucination.
But so he picks the lock, opens the door, and there
he's sitting there.
We see the beast
taking a big old shit,
and he's
reading the newspaper.
He's an old, wiry-haired man.
It's not even bald. It's
wiry. It's wispy, wiry. Yeah,
little bits of it, but it all kind of.
And he's wearing like
sandals, prison sandals,
and it's like stained white shirt and underwear. Like he looks like a pitiful representation of a man.
Yeah, he looks like the sad old man at a nursing home.
But this is the beast.
This is the beast. He takes him back to the boss, and he's just kind of sitting in a chair.
They don't believe him.
No, they don't believe none of it. So they want a demonstration.
Well, he says. Well, at first they don't believe him. Kinda. They're like, what would you even want to do it? And then they really don't believe him because he's like, I don't want money.
I just want a worthy opponent.
It's been so long.
I want somebody who can beat me.
It's been so long. Right. And they're like, well, it's not that we don't believe you. Well, we might need you to show us. He even then says, but none of you guys are worthy.
Yeah.
I just got finished telling you.
Yeah, I just got done finished.
You show me.
People don't listen very well.
Right? And so main boss tries to send Sing, and Sing's like.
He goes and tries to talk a big game. He's like, you ever seen a fist this big?
This big? And then he stops him.
And pokes him on the forehead.
And he gets this close, right? And then just extends his finger.
And then goes and runs, dude. And my favorite part, he peeks out and goes, "Is he okay?
Did he survive that?" But then we get the ballsy fucking lieutenant,
the random guy out of nowhere. He's like, "I'll beat your ass."
He said, "Fine."
He starts laying these shots.
The beast literally just starts going harder. You're not doing that hard enough.
Harder
again.
Come on.
Keep going.
His mouth is bleeding. He's just like looking at him. He's like, okay, you call yourself a gangster and you hit like that? Hit me.
And then finally,
bitch.
The dude pulls his gun and the beast says, fine. He snatches the gun,
like it's nothing.
Points it at his own head.
Pulls the trigger.
Snatch. Catches the bullet between the two fingers. And then just...
In the world of Kung Fu, speed determines the winner.
I fucking love this.
Badass from this.
And so then they basically all just bow to him. Fuck dude.
Yeah, dude,
all
you're
right.
Badass. Let's get this shit going.
Sorry we questioned you. You're our man. We got
these two guys we need you to deal with.
They are annoying the fuck out of us.
So if you could
it's a whole town,
kill them.
But they're in charge. Yeah. Please fucking kill them. And he then pulls out Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Because he says, I sense their power.
Pretty much, because he walks over and stomps the wall open.
And they're playing, and he was like, I knew I could tell you were here. And they say the same. They were like, we could sense you. Only someone with an aura like that would be another Kung Fu. It was so insane.
They can sense each other.
Again, Dragon Ball Z.
I love the dialogue here. They're just like, look, we're here for the Axe Gang, not nothing really else.
Well, this is when we find out their names. And again, I don't know if this is supposed to be crazy assassin names, if they were what, or did they have special Kung Fu master names? Because he then looks at them and he's like, the fated lovers. Paris and Helen of Troy. What?
Okay.
What the hell, dude? And they just go, yes. Yeah, and it's like, what? Where did that come from? Why is that their name? What is fucking happening right now?
It's got to be some kind of code names or some shit.
I don't know. During all of this introduction, like you said, they were like, we just want to fight. Our fight's with that guy.
Yeah, not you.
He's been fucking with our people. We don't like it. We like our house. We want to stay there.
And he's just kind of like, but I'm here.
Well, and then they're like, we even bought him a present.
It's a funeral bell.
The accountant,
isn't it nice?
Well, they didn't even say, they were just like a present. The accountant goes,
is that a funeral bell?
I love how funny it was that he just leans over to double check. Like, am I seeing this right?
Right? That's what that is.
Yeah.
It's got the right markings and everything.
It was so great. It was such a nice touch. But then we just get fight time.
Yep. It's
with
fight
our
time
masters.
With our masters and shit. And this
is a
fucking
dope
beast guy is fast.
This is a dope fight. He's not only fast. We've already seen that
Borderline invulnerable.
Landlord. We've seen Landlord can take a punch and there's all kinds of crazy shit like this. This dude's better, right? Because Landlord's mastered whatever that lets him bounce off. No, this guy can just take the punch.
Yep.
He dodges, but then when they both go for the conjoined punch, he lets it land.
He just lets it hit
and it just literally
kink.
It's not a bounce off.
His head just lets it cave in.
That he can take it.
And he just looks at him and is like, that's pretty good, but you're a little off the mark. And then just smacks him across the fucking room.
It is intense.
So we're like, oh shit, this is gonna be a fight.
Oh yeah, and they do. They ask him what he's looking for, and he literally says, "I simply want to fight." Oh, he doesn't say fight to death, but he's like, "Just want to know
opponent."
Yeah, one of us gets to leave, and the other one doesn't.
That's what I want.
I just want to.
I want to know who's better. He's Goku. He's evil Goku. There's more Dragon Ball Z references.
It gets epic. They fight a lot. There's a lot of smack. Like there's dude, he smacks them down like flies several times.
Dude, he's just beating a piss out of these poor guys, and they were so badass a minute ago.
The two of them, when you see their faces after he like starts fucking getting the upper hand like this, they finally they've looked unworried and uninterested through the whole movie, right?
Yep, until right now.
And now they look scared.
They're like,
they look worried.
Fuck.
They realize that this could be a problem.
But Landlady has a plan. She starts judo chopping the bell. Bing.
And we find out that there was a reason. There was a reason for the bell.
She cuts the top off of it, man, and uses it like a giant megaphone.
Yes.
And
it's on. It's on.
He holds it up on his shoulder like a bazooka.
rock. Yes, dude, it's so dope.
It's a good
And then
shot.
she screams through it. This is what I've got. The beast had to take the full brunt of this mega blow. That was my pun.
That was a good one. I like it. That's good pun.
Another power move.
Yeah,
that got built
super
up,
power move.
Right?
And even the beast is just like, I didn't know you could do it through a speaker.
Well, and this is the bullshit moment. He's like, I concede. I
lost.
It's all you guys. And then he pulls out both hands. One each, right?
One each, right?
This weird, it's like a dart thing. He tries to stab them with
dart
well, the flower is the surprise at the end. Right now it's just dart because he tries to stab.
Yeah.
But they were like, no,
Fuck
push it out of the
you.
way. Then he draws back, shoots the dart.
And they catch it with their teeth.
And then
really cool.
Then he draws back again, turns it into the flower dagger,
right?
thing?
Stabs them both.
Stabs
in the
them with
stomach.
this. I mean, that would be a wicked wound.
Yeah, it would.
Because it was like a tulip.
Oh, if it opened inside. Oh, fuck. You're dead.
Just grind away, dude.
Dude, there's no stitching that back together. You're fucked.
Yeah. I was like, dude, you're a
bastard.
Yeah, fuck you, dude.
You have no honor, sir.
After that happens, it's a totally devastating moment. They look at each other like
oh
shit.
We lost.
But then they go straight back into it. And they lock up. This was the weirdest moment, right?
They all tie up and they've all got each other in a submission hold. And it's just a triangle of submission.
They're not even
none of them can actually move.
And so then Brother Sum is like, fine, kill him. Looks over to Sing. He's like,
Sing,
take
come
him
here.
out.
Take this table leg and bash their skulls in. Beat the shit out of them. He's like, well, which is it? Do you want me to bash their head in or beat the shit out of them? You're really confusing me. And smashes him over the head.
And you can see once he smashes him over the head the first time, he has the look of this is when he becomes our hero.
Yeah, he's like, oh, this is who I am. I'm
the guy who doesn't like you because you're an asshole.
You're an asshole.
Right?
So he hits him again and
the blood comes flooding his face.
Smears down his face.
And then he turns around.
Goes to give the beast the big shot. Breaks it over his skull.
And the beast instantly was like, oh, what? And unwraps himself.
The fuck did you just do to me?
Stands up, looks at him like, who the fuck are you? I was uninterested.
I had no interest in you whatsoever.
But now you've got my interest, boy.
You have my full, undivided fucking attention. What can I help you with? Smash! Face into the dirt.
Punches
him a couple times, and he's like, now why did you hit me? And he grabs this. And I love
this little flimsy stick of a thing.
Bink.
Hits him again.
Just a little pop right on the face, and he just smashes the shit out of him.
Landlord and landlady come in
with their super magic, super speed.
Save the day. Just run away with him.
Run away.
Thank God.
Thank fuck. They go hide at the temple.
Somebody needed to do it. Now we get to see the beast prove true to his word earlier when he said, I care nothing about anything. I don't care about money. I don't care about power. I just care about a worthy opponent. Because what happens? We get Brother Sum walks up to him trying to be all
trying to be
mad
all boss, right?
and trying to be
he
like this and that.
He didn't even punch him. He backhands him like a
Spins-
bitch and spins his head around.
Like 6 times.
He's dead. No more Brother Sum.
The accountant's freaking out.
Sworn to the beast now. He has no other
The,
option.
the Axe King is, right?
Yeah,
we see it.
He just takes over. He has a jacket too when he shows up later. You think
No shirt.
You think he just took Brother Sum's
Definitely.
jacket off
No
of him?
shirt, dude. You
No
notice
shirt.
that?
Just
It was
shirtless
just
and a
jacket.
sports jacket.
It was so
looking
great.
dope.
We cut from there back to Pigsty Alley.
Yeah, they've gone to the temple.
And they've wrapped him up and they're bandaging him and they're talking and they're like, this is crazy. How could he
dead?
The only way he could survive is if
You think
he's gotta be.
the Kung Fu genius?
They don't say
They
that.
say the one.
I know
right?
they don't, but that's what they mean because that's what they
mean
meant. That's what they said
earlier.
earlier, right? I thought the same thing. I was like, Kung Fu genius,
Right? And
And
in case you weren't sure, there's a nice little metaphor when Beast shows up and he's looking, he sees a caterpillar.
yeah, well, and they
And
zoom out and you
it
see his bandages for a second.
He's
too.
all cocooned in bandages, and then we see a cocoon.
And we see, that moment is also to let us know that the Beast knows, right? Like,
Yep, something's happening.
He sees that, but he senses
a metamorphosis has
of
occurred.
a larger scale.
There is a true master here.
We see that he's broken out of his cocoon, and he is now taking care of landlord and landlady.
Him up. He even tells the landlady like you shouldn't smoke while you're healing, and she's
don't
just
need
like,
that.
all right. She listened to him even.
He steps out the door, and we see Beast step out another door because he was at the wrong apartment.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
wouldn't-
even understand what that was.
Well, the way they shot it, you thought that Singh was gonna come out of that door, and it's Beast, and it's like he's like, I don't understand, and then he just looks down and he's like, oh, there he is.
I know, but that's
What
what,
was
I
the
mean.
point?
Though. That's what I mean, though. So, like, the Beast went in the wrong apartment.
Yeah,
'Cause that's the only way that makes sense is if he was walking out of an apartment he had just checked.
I guess.
So he was in the wrong apartment.
So he's not fucking in here.
Because what door would he walk out of from that tenement building unless he walked into it first? But yeah, so he walks out though. He sees him.
There
and
you are.
Looks. He's had the Bruce Lee
He
transformation.
does. He's got the white shirt.
He's
the
the
hair.
He is literally like
Bruce Lee at
he
this
is
point.
the Bruce Lee chosen one, right?
Yeah.
Like every time you see like an Enter the Dragon moment,
Yeah.
when he changes, when he
Yeah.
is officially the chosen one, he gets the nicer clothes.
Nicer clothes.
It's got the the button,
toggles,
the button
little
and
toggle
hoop.
buttons.
Yes, it's so
I
great.
want that shirt. I love that shirt.
He steps out and he's just like, I'm ready to take on.
Let's go.
And so the Beast is like, well, I'm not even worried about you, right? He still thinks you're the dumb. I don't know
that
why you're
dipshit
here.
that I beat the hell out of a minute ago.
I don't know how you're here. I don't
know
care.
how you're not dead.
But you're not worth my time again.
Get him, boys.
He whips the shit
Fuck
out of
the entire gang. All of them.
Fuck
and
this gang.
It is awesome fight scene. Just all over the place. Everything you want out of a martial
toe
arts
stepping.
movie.
That's kid stuff.
Right? He does. He does this like machine gun toe step, smashes everybody's fucking foot. Beast is giving him shit. Like, that's kid stuff. Meh. But
when he starts punching the Beast,
when they finally gets up to the Beast, is like, all right, he's bored. He's like, all right, let's go. And as soon as he says let's go, he gets punched and he's like, oh shit.
it takes him a second. And then he finally is like, "Oh,
I need to take this
isn't
seriously."
the blow over I thought it was going to
Yeah.
be." And so then it gets back to even matched, right? And then when it's even matched, he toe steps him after giving him shit about how
doing it.
stupid the toe step is. He does it
gets
to him,
it.
and he successfully lands it.
Right? Smashes the Beast's fucking feet.
Go away, Beast.
Fuck you.
I don't-
Toe smashes Valley.
I don't want to hear you.
Right.
But then he turns into Toad from the X-Men.
yeah,
Why
what
do we
the
get our
fuck was
second
this?
X-Men reference here?
He turned into Frogman. When did this?
He drops to the ground. He flips his arms
croaks.
weird. He flips his arms weird,
Oh.
dude. And then
Digs his feet in,
his
and
head changes shape.
Right. He has
gets
the
he
neck.
gets Homer Simpson head now,
Right.
right? Like it's round at the top and then like a straight line,
Light line,
to the
yeah.
neck. It's so fucking weird. But yeah, he does the weird. He bounces like those toys, you know, the ones that
Yeah.
you flip inside out and they like
and they pop.
that's
Yeah.
what he bounces like. But so yeah, now sorry guys,
It was ridiculous. And we
the
had
fight
to
gets
mention it.
weird. Again, this is the first time we're talking to each
The
other
fight
about this
with the henchman was better
than this.
It got so weird when he turned into the frog guy.
I agree. I agree, dude.
Ah,
I guess it's they're just
they were
showing us.
running out of budget.
They're showing us the master. You know, everybody's got their move. That's the move he's
because even the
mastered.
landlord is like, oh, it's Toad style from whatever fucking
it's just
school.
the thing that he's mastered.
Yeah,
right.
it's
Like
just-
the original thing, probably.
Yeah, it's super
Something.
weird though.
But so then he bounces him into the sky.
Super up into the stratosphere, and then
Crazy.
Cloud Buddha says,
Wait.
"You got this."
Wait, and then he kicks
He
off
kicks
the
off of the
bird.
eagle.
That was like Kung Pao level fucking
Yeah, it was.
satire right there. And this is the moment where, in case you forgot, he did learn the Buddhist palm. He just didn't realize it was real. And now that the beast realigned his chakras or whatever the fuck it was that
His
they said
chi
about him
has been unleashed.
yeah, right. Remember, that's what she said.
Yeah.
Like it's realigned it. Now that
Because
he's
he
there,
got every bone in his body
yeah,
broken.
he now knows that this is real.
And he can do it. He comes down from the stratosphere, like
looking
flame
like
on,
looking like a comet.
right? Big, just
You see the giant
Palm
Buddha palm
strike.
on the ground around the toad.
he's trying. He's giving it all he's got, trying
Excuse
to force
me, the
it down.
beast. He's
The
just in
beast.
toad mode.
He's in toad form. He's trying. He's giving all those little toad legs will fucking go, but
and
just
it won't. And then
smash.
Well, before he can get all the way to the ground, Toad says, "I give up."
I give up.
Don't kill me.
Don't super smush me. Right.
And so showing true restraint, true martial arts, right? It's
Yep.
to know when, where, and how to use. With great power
Here comes great responsibility. Exactly.
And so he stops.
He's a bloody good sport.
But then when he stops, fuck this guy.
He comes back with the fucking Lotus
He's got a third one
dagger
from
spinner
somewhere.
thing.
I love this though. He says, "Nope, I don't think so."
Nope.
Yoink. Let me see
Yoink.
that.
Let me-
This thing.
hey,
This thing. And then he opens it. He goes, "Bing, chick drop."
just takes
Ding.
the little dart out and then
Throw-
spins it like one of those like toy
Yes, yes.
helicopter things. Phew, off into the distance.
And then showing a true martial arts master, a true kung fu master,
Yeah.
someone who's really at the top. Fuck the beast, fuck landlord and landlady, someone who's really at the top. What do we find out? Not only was he willing to show mercy on the beast, he then tells
willing
the
to
beast,
teach him.
if you want to learn this, I can
will
show
teach
you.
And the beast immediately bursts into tears, drops on his knees. Master. Ah.
We get a fun like
It gets a little. We follow the flower
Yeah.
thing, and we see the girl, and
Well,
Singh
okay,
has started
sorry.
a candy shop, and
deaf lady
Deaf
sees it.
Lady's like, "Oh, he started a candy store," and they turned into children again.
That's not for real. That was just
I
like
know, but it was
yeah,
weird.
yeah, yeah.
It was weird to me that they just like turned into
They
kids
should have shown them as adults again one last time before
and then
they
going
ended.
into the store, like flash.
But
of
it
them as a
doesn't.
kid
We literally the last thing we see of
is
Sing
children
is as
running-
a child. Yeah.
running into the store.
But then right outside the store. Was it outside the store? Right where the old man pops up.
yeah, there's
the
right
kid?
outside
Yeah,
the store.
Right outside the store.
Snot nosed kid.
There's a snot nosed kid. Yeah, I said it at first, and you were kind of looking. And I was like, I feel like I'm wrong. I feel like
I
I'm
was
wrong.
like, what, I was trying to think. I was like, what happened outside
Yeah.
the store?
But yeah, so the snot nosed little kid's outside the store, and he's just licking his lollipop.
Yep,
right.
he's got his candy, and it's
out
the
pops
same
crazy, wild,
same
homeless
fucking
man.
old man that Singh ran into.
He goes, "You want to learn the Buddhist palm? I got the pamphlet right here. Or how about one of these?
I've got loads. He's got like 5 of them. I personally would have took the one with the sword guy on it.
I like Buddhist palm, dude.
You like the palm strike?
I love the comet
Right.
strike down to the
I
ground.
just feel like the other one I'd get a sword.
That's cool.
Maybe like an ethereal.
It
like
would be
flame
ethereal. It wouldn't be for
sword.
real. Yeah,
That'd
yeah,
be
yeah.
Dope as fuck. That's the movie.
Yeah, that's that one's officially
the
the
snot
movie.
nosed kid is just like, eh. So,
It's one of those like we both talked and we feel like maybe they were setting up again, not in a real way, in a joke way, but
joke
like this was
way,
the joke
sequel.
way of being like, there's
there might
another
be
one
a
coming,
sequel coming. What will this kid choose?
right? Which again, I know it was a joke, but I want it.
I do too. I want a kung fu hustle too.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be snot nosed kid.
No,
it
it
could
can-
be its own standalone fucking story. Just give me more.
Yeah, I
Stephen
enjoyed
Chow, I know you're still out there.
this. So what do you think about our nice
The hustle, is dead.
Yeah, our West Coast style. You first.
3 drinks. If you can get past drink 3, you're golden because it no longer tastes bitter. None of that shit. I guess the alcohol numbs your tongue or
Well,
whatever.
it's just that you get used to it. It's the same thing
Yeah.
like you said earlier with black coffee. Like,
yeah, you adapt. If you can
You know, like,
get past drink 3.
even if you like black coffee, sometimes the very first sip can be a little bit like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm almost done with my second pint on this shit. It's good. I like it. I'm finding I'm getting more of an appreciation for IPAs. I shit on them for way too long, and I apologize.
That's on record.
That's
now.
on record, and that's big of me. I don't usually do that.
I gotta agree. It's good. It definitely, again, that first one, pretty bitter.
Yeah, it's like,
it definitely,
because we've had like fruity IPAs and shit. We're not really used to just a straight
or
one.
even one that's like bitter but's got the fruit essence too, like citrus.
Some
kick.
citrusy behind
This one
it.
is like there's very little citrus. There's a lot of bitter though.
Yeah,
and I like it.
I do.
But the first,
when you
first
if
drink,
you're not ready for it,
a little alarming.
Yeah, ease in, but keep going. It gets better.
All right, what are we gonna be drinking next time?
Next time we're gonna be doing Daredevil Brewing Company's Liftoff. Liftoff. That's your clue.
Man, so many places.
I mean, something spacey, obviously. Like, oh god, I just gave you an extra clue. Fuck.
I guess we'll live with it. All right. Well, I think we're finished, man.
All right, you want to go do some kung fu? Everybody rips off everybody, and it's fine.